Reed Sorensen all by himself. And the first caution of the day comes out, leaving all 43 cars on the lead lap. 42 of 43. Sorensen is a lap down.
And that caution is great news for Montoya, Allmendinger, Kurt Busch, David Reagan. They were just about to get lapped.
Well, I said all by himself. I was wrong.
He went for a hole that was already filled.
With Kevin Harvick. First caution of the day at Bristol. Dale Jarrett is hot, and it's not the 80-degree temperatures in Bristol that have him upset. Watch 17, Matt Kenseth, and Jarrett's 44 fight for the entrance to turn 1.
Dale was kind of moving down, trying to close the door. I think what he would like for a Matt to have realized was, there's a car in front of me. I can't go anywhere. Give me a break. See Kyle right in front of Dale, and I'm thinking Dale was saying, you know, give me a break here, man. I'm trying to get by this dude.
Mayfield scoots through, but Robbie Gordon gets involved right there, along with the 40 of Stremme, the 43. And we're watching back from Kyle Petty, the Victory Junction gang can't.
You see how Dale was up on Kyle. He backed out a little early just to make.
Behind you, caution's out.
The first hit was the wall. The second one was David Gilliland right there.
You see how close that leader Tony Stewart was right behind all this, which was another reason these guys were racing desperately.
Saw the 84 car of Allmendinger, man. He had her locked up in all four smoking to avoid that.
You know, look at the rear deck lid and wing are held on by the mandatory tether. This is Brian Vickers in the 83, trying to get underneath Schrader, who hangs onto it, slides it up the hill.
Schrader was much luckier than Dale Jarrett, almost the same situation.
Long green's like we're going right now.
That right there shows.
Trouble turn 2, David Reagan.
Caution will fly. Caution will fly.
Just saw the tail end of that one. And it'll be the third caution of the day. And there may have been contact from Juan Pablo Montoya. Watch the 42 and the 6.
It looked like Montoya may have hit that apron just a little bit, shot him up the racetrack right into the left rear of the 6 car.
Two rookies having a little conversation.
Casey Mears will get the free pass.
I tell you, there's a lot of people that this caution will benefit, but to me, watching this score monitor, watching the racetrack, the person that benefits the most, our pole sitter, Jeff Gordon. He was not far from going a lap down in that 24 car.
This is perfect, really. Now,
that caution we had back on lap 43, and it all
turn
went away on pit road.
Montoya.
Hold it, hold it.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hold it.
40 in effect is taking place. We're riding with Dale Earnhardt Jr. here.
42 got the inside wall a little bit. I don't know how bad he hurt it. We'll see how tough the nose is.
Two cars got side by side in front of Montoya. He saw an opening on the bottom, went.
Trouble, turn 2, guys. The 6 around again.
David Reagan, everybody scatters to miss him.
Caution will fly. Good news for Ryan Newman. He gets one of those laps back.
We're okay.
The hard way by driving by the leader.
'96 comes down, they make a little contact, and Juan goes around. I don't know how much the nose looks like it's in pretty good shape. See it how it jarred the front hood there.
Daryl, I believe he's having a hard time. He can't get it cranked right now or something.
Fourth caution of the day in Bristol, Tennessee.
There you go. Good job. Good job.
There was a car right behind David Reagan, but hard to see if there was any contact.
Mike
not so hard here.
In the 49 car. There's a lot of them just barely got by that.
You know how I can tell these cars aren't going very fast? You can spin out and not hit anything.
Not sure what JJ. Trouble turn 1.
Man.
Pow.
Hard lick.
Allmendinger. Caution.
Making his very first start of 2007. Had a pretty eventful qualifying lap, but it was fast enough to get in.
Right. We just bring her down into the pit road here. Ricky, we hit pretty hard.
Now we're going to see what happens when one of those splitters gets
down into the corner. Oh man, he started getting in trouble at the start-finish line. He was coming down on Kenny Schrader at the start-finish line, and that's a no-no.
Yeah, I mean Schrader was as low as he could go in the 21.
I don't know if AJ thought he was trying to get out of somebody's way. That looked like a failure to communicate to me. Almost looked like his spotter was telling him the inside, but he needed to go the inside, I believe.
As he came off it looked like he might have made contact with the wall and bounced out
Shot him
into
down.
Schrader.
Something happened
and hooked him.
Hard to say what happened there. He certainly got sent up the hill. I don't know if he did on his own or with help.
I didn't see a car near him, Darrell. It kind of had the look of, if not contact, a right front tire. But it will put us under caution for spin. Casey Kane spins off turn 4. And caution is out for the 8th time.
And you know, it was not that many laps ago. We had all 3 Evernham cars up there running in the top 7 or 8. Scott Riggs had his problem. Elliott Sadler has had his lug stud issue. And now here's the 9 car. Remember, this car came in here outside of the...
See, the left rear is flat. I don't know if I don't think Robbie had anything to do with that, but the left rear is down. I believe that splitter sticks out past the bodywork some, and I think that's causing some of these tires to get cut down. Looks like they made contact here, guys. See, there's a little bit of smoke.
Yeah, it may. Remember, they don't run an inner line or a safety shield in the left side tires here. If indeed when he and the 07 got together, it could have knocked the valve stem off. Goes right to the rim.
I don't think they make those anymore.
No. Back straight away. Newman.
Caution's out. Back.
Caution number 9.
Mark Truex Jr., the 1 car, was actually involved in that as well. Ryan Newman in 12, the most damage. There you see the damage on the rear of Mark Truex Jr.
And on the front of...
Looked like he actually got a little help. I think that was may have been Mike Bliss in the 49. I'm not sure. We'll get another view of it.
Well, the 1 car had a problem earlier, don't forget. Had a cut down tire.
And that was Mike Bliss in the 49. And there you see Ryan Newman in the 12. He's going to get a pretty, just goes up and skims the wall, but I think licking to the back of that car, you see Casey Mears, just again, the accordion. We've seen that the entire race today, get spun around.
I guess Newman could not check up as Truex slowed almost to a stop.
He wasn't really sure which way that the 1 was going to go.
Newman has gone to the garage. As you watch it from Jeff Burton's angle, we're under the 9th caution of the day at lap 310.
But it comes to life on the long run.
Oh, trouble. Here we go. Around the 40 car.
Mike Bliss,
Pretty good wreck.
Robbie Gordon, Bobby Labonte spin.
They're all bunched up.
Just came across the 8-8 hoping he'd pull his foot.
I think that caution will be good news, possibly for Brian Vickers, an 83 car. We'll let you know. I think he's going to get the
car from contact. Under caution once again.
And yet,
he can get down to the bottom of the racetrack and get to pit road if he can hold the bottom of the track and everyone fight their way by.
Now the 48's pitting on the backstretch. And of course, what he's hoping for is to get a caution, and Kyle Busch just took advantage of it, took the lead away from Denny Hamlin. Caution is out now.
Let me explain why Tony Stewart is so slow. Darrell, we talked about this earlier. He didn't want to become part of Jimmy Johnson's problem. He's just out there logging laps, but he's running so slow and out of the way. Why?
Well, he doesn't want to tear that car up. He wants to use it next week, and there you see Jimmy's car just goes up the hill. I'm assuming he had a right front go down.
It had all the look of it. Car just would not turn, just went straight to the outside wall.
Yeah, he wants to save that nice piece. Cheer him on, boys.
Spin, turn 4. Casey Kane gets into David Reagan. Yellow flag.
That will nail the coffin on Kyle Busch right
He's
there.
done. He's done.
That is not what that 5 car wanted to see.
Nope.
At all.
This answers my question on why no. And we will go to overtime. Heard from some folks who thought maybe overtime isn't the appropriate rule because this event isn't timed. Overlaps doesn't sound quite right. So we've got to come up with a name that 2 laps to go. Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick.
He spun him.
Gordon went out to the lead. There goes Burton on the outside.
There he
Gets
goes.
around Gordon.
Jeff Burton.
I told you. I thought that 31 was laying there in the weeds.
Now remember, white flag this time, 1 to go. He gets a run to the inside. I'm sure Kyle Busch will put the block on him.
He better be careful down here. Uh-oh.
It's okay. Hamlin's slow. No problem. Little touch.
All I can say is Kyle Busch better be glad that's
clear.
Jeff Burton behind him.
Yes, sir. A lot of give and take there. He's going to little bump and run here. They're going to drag race to the finish line.
Yes.
Kyle Busch in the 5.
I tell you, anybody else, Mr. Nice Guy was nice to the 5 car.
Spin in turn 1. Casey Mears after the checkered flag.
Darrell, you're absolutely right. Kyle Busch better be glad that 31 car was behind him because there was a lot of give and take there.
Took good care of him.
Checkers, not wreckers. And Kyle Busch scores his 4th Nextel Cup victory.
I'm still not a very big fan of these things. I can't stand to drive them. They suck.
Well, the good thing is, though, you scored your first short track win. Steve?
Yesterday, that second groove is already working pretty good.
Spinner out of 4, and it's Casey Mears.
I think he's got a flat tire.
Yellow, got a yellow.
Caution will wave.
That's good news for Mears. Can he stay in front of the leader? He does.
You're clear. You're clear. There's like a shock.
Track was so hot, he was the first car to go out. He was really surprised he ended up qualifying 3rd with that 24 car.
One thing you can't do here, as Darrell said, is overdrive the racetrack. Watch the 49 of Mike Bliss as he locks up the brakes coming in the corner. Just a moment, Bobby Labonte is in the wall hard.
Heavy impact.
Cheerios 43. That's turn 1. That's a mess.
Yeah, it is, and I think he's really not happy.
He got in the back of Greg Biffle. Darrell, did it look like he might have run out of brake coming in the corner?
It almost looks like something happened to his car because he sure did fly in there hard and then lost control. No contact from behind. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Biffle slowed quicker than he thought he was going to.
And Darrell, I think these guys are putting there. The 6 car, David Reagan, Casey Mears, the 25 car against the wall again. No caution yet, though.
Well, they have got issues. Something going on with that race car.
Can't get it down to pit road. Just the conveyor belt of cars going around. He'll have to try and make one more lap before he can pit. And his teammate Jeff Gordon swoops around, giving him a chance to get to pit road. And we will stay. Watch for the National Guard 25.
You can tell the right front tire is down right there. And of course, you know, they had the sway bar problem. You almost question, okay, did a sway bar arm maybe and cut that tire down? There's Robbie Gordon, a 7 car. He looks like he's got a problem as well, trying to get through those cars to get to pit road. He's not going to make it this time. He's going to have to go around again. There's the entrance of pit road right there in turn 3.
I believe he will. I believe he will probably end up stopping.
Can't get you down. Can't get you down. I'm trying, Rob. Trying to get you down. Trying to get you down.
To pit road. Nice job of staying off the wall.
Tell you who that was a very timely caution for. Once again, Matt Kenseth in that 17 car. Jeremy Mayfield, David Reagan, Montoya.
Turn 2.
Stremme around. Everybody scatters. A little casual contact between Marlin and Gilliland, but otherwise no one else involved.
What's that 40 car, Larry? It's just like he couldn't do anything about it. It just started to get a little loose and it spun right around. With you, buddy, because that thing just kind of all of a sudden it just gets loose, and then she just goes around.
This was one of the cars making wholesale changes this morning. In fact, they put the full setup out from Reed Sorensen's car, the 41, his teammate, under that car to start this race.
You see how Jeff Burton just snuck through there as Stremme's car slid up the racetrack. Under caution. 5th time.
In the lap, 9 out of 10 top 10s. Oh, caution on the track, guys.
Yeah, that'll be Sterling Marlin.
We actually do not have caution. Sterling Marlin in the 14 will get going. And he
green, watch the 14, middle of your screen.
Scott Riggs in the 10 got in the back of him.
I think that all accordion from further forward.
Definitely what it looked like. Just stacking up.
Juan Pablo did a good job of working his way through there and not hitting anything.
Here's what Matt Kenseth saw. Take the high road.
Slow down, grab a couple of gears, and keep digging.
I bet we got every bit of it. 99 knocks 84 out of the way.
A.J. Allmendinger. That's what actually brought the caution out.
Show you on NASCAR 3D. Give you a little video game view. And that little bit of a bump, and Allmendinger makes a nice little save to keep from hitting the wall. Now down in turn number 1. Now the caution is out.
Caution's out. Spin off of 4. Caution is out.
Just going down there under caution. Right front blew out. You know, Larry, there's something going on now. That's
Brakes
about
just locked up or something here, guys. We just smacked the fence in one.
There's about 3 or 4. I don't think he's abusing his car.
Jeremy Mayfield in the wall.
There's a right front down, and like I said, this is when you build all that brake heat because of all right front tire.
Just on the exit of turn 4.
Right.
And so there are distractions, whether he wants to admit to that or not.
Yeah, definitely so. Right there, you see the caution is out because of Robbie Gordon's car has definitely got a right front tire down.
Same drill, right side.
See what happened to the 7 car here.
8th caution of this race. We've had 9 different lead changes, 6 different leaders.
Yeah, we're taking a look right here out of the front of David Ruben's car. And coming off of the turn 2, looks like Robbie's right front tire went down. He got a piece of the outside wall, and that's the reason why we have the caution right now. But during this, prior to the caution coming out, the 10 car and 8 car get together and
caution will fly.
Well, we've only had 23 laps since the last restart. As
Hang on.
9th caution waves. Working lap 336.
I was there. But I wasn't here when Richard Petty was 22 years old and won his first race here. Richard was 22 years old the first time he won here. That looked like he just spun out there.
David Stremme in the 40 just totally on his own up there in the 2nd groove above David Gilliland. No contact whatsoever with another car.
J.J. Yaley will get the free pass. Traffic. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is once again separating himself from Jimmy Johnson. Robbie Gordon around. And that brings out a caution.
Just hold it. Caution's out.
10th one of the day. Boy, Robbie has had a tough time of it today.
He has flat tires spinning out. Got to run. Oh, I'll tell you, he's had a bad day.
Daryl, I just believe that is the caution that Kyle
experience.
Yeah,
there's another. See all that black smoke coming out of his car.
Yeah, don't show that side. That's not pretty.
But there's something going on with the black smoke coming out of these cars. We've seen a number of them do that.
Spin, turn 1, Rains in the wall.
Caution will be out.
What a shame, having a great run. Sitting there in 9th place.
I keep coming. Come on.
Tony Raines hops the curb after battling Juan Pablo Montoya.
What you're going to see is a little crossover move here, and Juan just drove in there and got into the side of Tony's 96 car.
Pretty hard lick, but notice that wing almost did not even move on the back of that thing. Now we've got some.
The best running Toyota, his UPS Camry, was in 21st. but that wheel was his right rear wheel. It came off in turn number 2. The wheel.
3, 2, 1.
Boy, Casey Kane in the 9, Matt Kenseth, we were riding with him there in the 17, just getting by.
Boy, Mike, I mean, we could see that there was absolutely no wheel studs there. The wheel just comes off, and lug nuts, or wasn't any lug nuts on the wheel. Wonder if he had to be complaining about it. Don't do that again.
Spin, Yaley in the wall, turn 1, and the caution is out. And a fine race by J.J. Yaley.
Jeff Gordon earlier in the race. Oh, that.
Whoa.
Not sure
about right around on him.
Looks like it might have locked up the brakes, possibly. Trying to break his concentration.
Fairly clean racetrack in front of him. One car up there, David Rudiman. 6 to go this time.
It's going to take something from Jeff Gordon to move Jimmy Johnson out of the way, because Jimmy, I don't believe, is going to make that mistake.
Jeff took a little different line that time in 1 and 2. Came in high to the late apex.
He's diamond in the corner. He's trying to get a nose under Jimmy, because Jimmy is so good on the very bottom. I think Jeff knows he's got to get a nose up under him to get him out of there.
There you see the 2 head coaches, the 2 crew chiefs, Steve Letarte on the left, Chad Knaus on the right.
Whoa,
they know there's not another thing they can do now.
Jimmy made a good 1 and 2 that time. Got a car length on Jeff down the back. Jeff closes back in hard, getting in the corner. Again, he's trying to do that diamond thing, get the thing up the hill just a little bit, get nice momentum off. This is it. He's going to go for it right here.
He'll look to the inside, going into turn 1, 4 to go.
Got room.
See what happens here, though. On the exit, the 48 gets that good run. He'll win the drag race back down the backstretch.
If that was anybody else, Jeff Gordon would have come up right there. But
there it is. Bump, bump. I think he's going to do it this time. He lost his momentum, though.
No, Jimmy Johnson come down on him. He said, "You're not going to bump me out of the way. I'm your teammate."
3 to go. Teammates battling for the win and the clock and the bonus points at Martinsville.
I tell you what Jeff Gordon's going to do. He's going to do that same move coming to get the white flag.
Jeff Gordon says on the radio, he's giving me no choice.
And he isn't. Jimmy's doing everything he can to keep him back there. Jeff's going to have to move him if he wants to win this race. Don't wreck him, just move him.
It'll be the white flag when they come back to the line.
I believe if he's got anything for him, we'll see it off of turn 4.
Right, he can't get to him in turn 2, Darrell. White flag, but no surrender.
One more good one here, bud.
It's the last lap.
This is it. He's going to look under him there. Jimmy got a little bit off. He had to get out of the gas a little bit.
The head should be ready for him.
Here we go. He's going to move him. He's going to move him. He's going to move him.
Here comes Gordon. He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmy Johnson.
Whoa. By a fender.
Gentleman Jim. He held him off. Nice job, Jimmy.
What a race by teammates.
That was fantastic. I bet Jeff Gordon isn't terribly happy either.
He's one we've been waiting for 5 years right there. Awesome.
The bumper of Johnny Sauter.
Kurt Busch is around also at the bottom of the racetrack, and looks like Reed Sorensen just stopped to keep from running into Kurt.
And I think what happened, Kurt Busch slowed down, and he did not, the person behind him did not.
Well, look at the flames coming outside of that Ford. Looks like he gets in there, pushes up, no grip, hits the left rear of the 25 car Casey Mears, and around he goes.
And that's the one thing that's kind of the downside of running on the outside of someone, is these cars just lose grip right in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, Casey, he's another one that was working that outside, trying to move forward here with everybody fighting for the bottom.
Here's Tony Rain's view of this.
Oh, you see what happened, Larry? Sauter got on the brakes.
Stay low, stay low, stay low. Come on, come on. Nice.
And Ward Burton.
Sauter got on the brakes, slid the front tires a little bit, or locked them, didn't lock them up, but slid them, pushed him up into the side of Casey Mears.
Now, as the caution flew, Robbie Gordon had been coming to pit road with a tire.
Just get up there and it just slides into the wall. He actually kissed it a couple of times.
And a lap later, Kyle Busch and the 16 of Greg Biffle had a bit of an issue here. Watch the speeds.
Actually, the Biff never got him. He got loose getting in there underneath of Strimmy, I think it was, and that's what got the 5 loose. I don't think the Biff ever really got to him.
on the left.
Looked like he
And
just
there's
got in there.
McMurray getting into the wall as that tire goes flat.
Looked like the 10 car just got up too high and couldn't get down into the corner. Really had to slow down. And I don't know if maybe the spotter hollered at McMurray or something and he got in the fence.
Well, again, I think this is where Booty Barker,
Trouble, front straightaway. Elliott Sadler.
Right front down.
And you know, another reason, I think there's several reasons we're losing right front tires, but another reason could be these brakes are getting so hot, you can cook the bead of that tire, and just the tire goes down. There's
just right there. He's fortunate that the thing just starts to turn around with him, because normally that right front goes down going in the corner, and you don't drive it back to the pits.
Pit road is closed, but of course Elliott Sadler, the 19, did make it around to the attention of Josh Brown in that group, and there you can see the right front tire coming off. They'll get their right side tires changed.
Lead changes 4 cautions so far, and Chevy's Mike Joy have the top 4 spots in this race.
Thanks, Chris. Followed by the trouble turn 2. Montoya hard in the wall with Sauter.
These guys had been going at it hard. Kyle Busch in the 5, he had been in this group right here. They've been going at it for about 3 or 4 laps. A lot of damage to the left rear of that 70 car. He's had a pretty good car all day long. You see also damage to Montoya in that 42 as well.
Yeah, it's a shame. The 70 car had been running the top 10. He
just ahead of them, and squeeze play here.
You know, I'm not so sure that he didn't make a little contact with Ryan Newman, the 42 car of Montoya, and that sent him into the 70 car of Sauter.
Now those two have a history, Montoya and Newman, but the last dust up between the two of them was not a driver incident.
Yeah, you can see right there, he gets into Johnny. Johnny was just, the 70 was just a victim, but you're right, Mike, they got together at Talladega. I talked to Montoya. He said, look, we didn't get together. My steering broke, and it made it look like, yeah, they were just at it again.
Let's watch from Jeff Burton.
Let's see right here if, yeah, I'm thinking that the 12 may have just touched the 42.
Stay down. Good job, buddy. Good job. Caution's out. That away.
That with a slight chassis adjustment. Jimmy also said that as a 6 car, David Reagan has spun in pit. You can see the contact there with the...
Watch this.
Okay, now whose fault would this be right here? In my mind, you got to put it on the shoulders of the crew chief and the spotter for the 29.
But boy, it's like a home track advantage.
We got trouble. David Gilliland in the 38 car hard at the inside wall. The caution will fly.
He's at the inside of the entrance of turn 3.
There's a spot back there where it seems like every car that spins off of turn 2 ends up in that hole back there where the safety vehicles come out.
But you know, Daryl Norman.
It's Johnny Benson on the outside of Gilliland. He gets into Benson.
Yeah, he just drove up in there and hit Benson in the left rear. The car just pushed with him, didn't have enough front grip. Now watch this thing go right in that hole. Every time they spin back there, they go right in that hole.
Once again, I want to keep making note, that hard of lick, that rear wing still stayed attached to that deck lid.
That would just, Gilliland really, I think he must have lost front grip and the car just pushed right into Benson. You can see him kind of sliding up off the corner there.
We've seen that off turn 2 all weekend long. Your car just loses grip and you just run out of racetrack. In the case there, you ran out of racetrack because a car was there. We're on pit road the last time.
There's a car pretty far back in there. Kevin Harvick's car is banged up, but I've been watching his lap times. If he can get back up there, he's got a car that might still be able to win this race.
And he was one of the cars that made a pit stop that time with 4 tires.
I was worried about bending the chassis or the tie rods or something, but I think they're okay.
Teammates fight for the lead.
Oh,
trouble behind them.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. I'm not sure. I don't think he hit anything.
He didn't. He just spun her out. His tires locked up smoking, but he goes right up into Dale Jr.
That's not the first time we've seen a situation like that.
And you know, it just tells you they can't get any grip in those front tires. There's a perfect indication of it. Put the brakes on, the car doesn't go down and lock up. It just slides right up the hill like it's on ice.
But with him being in the middle of the pack, pretty lucky no one got into him. You can see Matt Kenseth in the 17, not sure which way he wants to go.
Well, he doesn't have any idea where Junior is. He just listened to the spotter, I'm sure, right there.
Kept those wheels spinning, kept the car off.
Just a little touch. And around he goes.
From Carl Edwards.
See the 66 up there with the tires locked up.
Down, slow it down. Come low, come down the middle. Come on.
It's about all he could do was just stop and wait.
What's leader? Fox 3D shows you what happened to car number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. A bump from Jeff Green, and he keeps it off the wall, and everyone avoids him.
Pulling away.
And that's hard to believe that it just doesn't bring the rest of the pack right. Trouble, turn 3. Biffle.
Greg Biffle. Caution will wave. Now NASCAR will have to go back to the last scoring loop the minute the caution was displayed to see exactly who was leading, either Kyle Busch in the 5 or Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
Hey, come down on him, Joel. No, he went way up the racetrack.
Watch his number 16, and it's Jeff Green in the 66.
Same thing happened with the 66 and the 8 a little bit ago. This time he got the biff.
And look at Kevin Harvick in the 29, just barely gets
thread
through
the
there.
needle, buddy, right through there.
The free pass car will be Casey Mears.
Looks like that 66 goes in there and locks up the front tires, and if there's anybody on the outside of him, he gets right into him.
If you ever drove your street car on ice and went into the corner, hit the brake, and it locked up, the car goes straight. It doesn't turn. Same story here.
Down, slow down, come slow, come down the middle of the track. Come on.
Rode with Carl Edwards. He did a pretty good job, like Kevin Harvick as well.
Yeah, brother, did you hit anything?
He's to slow down. He's overdriving these corners.
Boy, Dave Blaney in that 22 car just drove it down into 3, and he's going to lose all kind of positions. In fact, Ward
Ricky
got sideways. Tony Stewart gets damaged. Caution is out.
Ward Burton in the 4 was trying to stay the first car 1 lap down, and he got hard into Ricky Rudd.
Yeah, he just gassed it up at not at a good time.
And it all started getting into turn 3 when Blaney got in there, washed up the racetrack with the front tires just sliding and smoking.
These cars just don't like to be close to each other.
And Martin trails Blaney.
Blaney locks the brakes up, getting into 3. That slows his momentum down. Here comes Ward, and he's just trying to go 3 wide, and there's not enough room.
Ooh.
Turns Ricky Rudd. Boy, Blaney was lucky.
And
Tony gets a little piece of it.
Darrell, I'm not sure I can pin that on Ward. I believe Sterling Marlin might have gotten the back of Burton and turned him around.
Did he bump him?
I think so. Marlin's in the 14.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He pushed the left rear around on the 4 car, turned the left front down into Ricky Rudd, the 88.
Did you see that little clip that Blaney got right on the left rear corner of the bumper, man? And there's Tony. He gets a piece of it. Yeah, we'll see here. 14 gets just a little bit into the 4, gets him loose, and when he corrects it, goes right into the 88.
And then Marlin almost got turned around by Kurt Busch, and Tony Stewart could not avoid Burton.
And here's Blaney. I see he did spin. He's coming down through here. He just got clipped.
And Montoya got turned around, and you see Truex as well. Now they're pushing Truex's car out of the grass. I guess it's trying to refire, but
You're in the middle.
boy, Ricky Rudd took a hard shot into the wall.
He did. I mean, he just had no idea. That
white flag.
White flag. One more good one.
You know, in the old style car, Johnson had only 1 top 10 here in 10 starts. Different story with the Impala.
Great day for his teammate, too. Jeff Gordon has struggled here last 4 times we've been here.
Jimmy Johnson and the Lowe's Chevrolet come off turn 4 to their 4th win of the season and 27th career Nextel Cup victory.
Winner Richmond.
Newman and Harvick off the corner. Newman holds on for the spot. 6th place.
Right behind his teammate Kurt Busch, who finishes 5th in that.
Trouble, turn 1. David Reagan up and into the wall. Reagan was a lap down and in the midst of onrushing traffic and got in somebody's way.
See Casey Mears in the 25 car there. David Stremme in the 40 car got his first top 10 finish last week at Texas, has moved up to 12th in the points.
You see the 6 in the middle there, the AAA car. Jimmy Johnson looking on the inside. Here comes Tony on the outside in the 20. He just loses it. I guess it mostly just trying to stay off of Tony. Tony was on the outside, and Reagan just kind of lost it trying to stay off of him.
And just nowhere for Stremme and Casey Mears to go. They were in a box.
See him start to ease up. He knows they're probably telling him Jimmy Johnson's there. He and Tony actually make a little contact. Tony did a good job of hanging on to his piece.
You could see him fighting it in there.
Look at the 17 slide by.
Second week in a row, David Reagan is part of an early incident. And replay, watch David Gilliland, the 38. Mark Martin on the outside just tips him.
Boy, slapped the wall too. Coming off a turn 2, you just sometimes get pushing up and you just can't get the car to stop.
And remember, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman, the 12, Kevin Harvick, the 29.
Trouble,
trouble.
4.
Got a car around, big crash.
Blaney,
Yaley,
and the number 1 of Martin Truex. And this caution will burn several teams and pin them a lap down because they pitted under green.
See Jeff Gordon, they're going to go ahead and complete their stop.
The 12 car down here, they had a miscommunication, and they were trying to decide where they're going.
They panicked when they saw that caution flag.
Oh, you know,
like
Blaney was trying to get on pit road.
And Carl Edwards got
rear-ended, and here comes Yaley, poor old Yaley.
The luck continues for that 18 car. See Martin Truex Jr., the 1 car, just had made that pit stop, just barely got stopped.
Yeah, his new tires are now junk. Jeff Gordon had come to pit road. His crew chief, Steve Letarte, looking things over. His reaction.
Here, guys, but that right rear tire on that 24 car looked soft. I guess it didn't. But I know one thing, Stewart is closing in a hurry.
He's got a half a lap to go, Mike.
I guess Jeff is just being that cautious, but I thought I saw that right rear tire looked like it was a little soft.
Jeff Gordon rounds turn 4. Become the first driver in the history of Phoenix International Raceway to win a Cup race from the pole. Jeff Gordon finally gets his first Phoenix win and ties Dale Earnhardt.
Jeff Gordon, I got a special flag for you at the start-finish line.
Trouble. Brian Vickers in that 83 car, hard in the inside wall off turn 2. Caution will wave.
Second caution of the day.
We're done.
And Brian was actually up there running in the top 20 with this Toyota.
Watch the 83.
I mean, he had to check up because J.J. Yaley in the 18 checked up and then gets hit from behind.
Yeah, the 26 of McMurray just had a run and he couldn't get off of him. You feel so bad about that when things like that happen. I mean, it's a chain reaction.
Once again, you see the lick it took. We've been talking about it. That wing never moved back there.
Truex as green flag stops continue. Oh, Martin's found the fence as he comes down in front of Krista.
Uh-oh, trouble, turn 3. The 6 and the 21 look like are into each other over there.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Not what Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. wanted to see, a caution flag.
Get it rolling if you can. Get it rolling if you can.
Boy, Reagan and Schrader looked like they were welded together going into turn 3.
Yeah, Schrader was on the inside of the 6 and they got up in the 6 and they just went dancing from there.
So, Krista, did Truex stop or did he continue and roll on through? I believe he went straight on.
Flat right now.
That's right in front of the 21 car, Kenny Schrader, who was involved in this little melee over here. See him going down into turn 3 there. Looked like Schrader just kind of tried to get under Reagan in the 6 and didn't quite make it.
And Darrell, David Reagan in the 6 almost got the car straightened out, but I think he picked up stuff on his tires and he just couldn't control the car.
I think that's one thing. Another thing I like about this car.
To manage your own free fantasy auto racing league, go to foxsports.com. And here's why the caution flag came out moments ago.
21 car right there.
Everybody, keep digging, keep digging. You can just turn that on everybody's radio.
David Gilliland slow in the back straightaway.
Yeah, he went by here blowing up.
A lot of smoke.
Boy, Hamlin is going to get so close, but that's just all he's going to be able to do is get close.
Carl Edwards has caught Ryan Newman, and that's a battle for 4th place.
Good day for Carl after having that drive-through penalty.
A lot of smoke for Gilliland. No caution.
White flag in the air. 1 to go.
One more, buddy.
Oh, man. Can you just... Denny Hamlin is sitting there. He's so close. Why couldn't there be 5 more laps?
I mean, he is closing ever so fast, but it's just not going to be enough.
He's going to be there, but that's it. Just going to run out of time.
Stanley Steamer running just fine.
Yes,
make it to the has got into the wall. He fell 2 laps down with that.
Right side. Stewart, take right side tires off. Let's take that right side out. Look at that lower when you're changing the shock. Open the hood. Get that top piece off the shock out.
Darrell, at most tracks, we'd say he pancaked it.
But here, I guess we would say he
crab caked it.
Crab caked it. Good point.
But his car just never turned there on the exit of the corner, and you can see he actually hit that car. Or he
no.
A 4-car jam session that we've been watching for a lap or two has ended up with Kurt Busch in the wall in the number 2. He was racing with Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, and younger brother Kyle.
That was predictable. I mean, these guys were not cutting each other any slack, and they'd been doing it for a number of laps, and it was going to happen sooner or later.
This was coming off turn 4.
Now, Tony had already passed Kurt a couple of times, and he passed him back, and this time he just didn't. Kurt tried to come up in front of Tony, and he said, we're not having any part of that.
Yeah, there was not a lot of give and take right there.
Not at all.
Denny Hamlin in the midst of that as well. Isn't this about the 3rd time, at least the 3rd time this year, that those 2 cars, beginning at the Daytona 500, have crashed together?
Here they are racing each other pretty hard, and you see Biff run in there and bump the back of Kurt. Now Kurt gets a run underneath Tony Stewart here, and he thinks he's probably got him cleared, or at least he needs some room up. Ain't gonna happen. So we as we watched this, we almost knew that was going to be the result.
Like you say, Darrell, they've been this group of 4 right there. They've been going at each other for several laps.
And they were running great. I mean, they were running the top 10. All those cars were.
Yes, from 8th place on back. Other than the 5, who was laps down.
That's off turn 2 here. And the Biff gives it to a little shot. And he said, go on, man. Get by that guy.
Still clear.
All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I got him. He's going to give me some room. He's going to give me some room. Guess what? He didn't give me room.
Easy. Back it down. Easy. Nobody right on you. Let him get out of the way. Easy. Go to the bottom. Clear. Where now? Back it down. Stay low now. All clear low. You're right, got one low. Clear now.
Pit road is open. Krista.
For Jimmy Johnson, it's going to be a chassis adjustment to the left rear and an air pressure adjustment.
Yellow's out.
Ward Burton has hit the wall to put us under caution for the 5th time today. Ooh, that was a hard hit.
Just hold right there just a minute. Got 2 more cars coming by. Clear to the bottom. Cut her to the bottom.
This was a huge break for Casey Kane in that 9 car back in the left.
On the bottom, inside. Wow. 10 car hole behind you at 84.
I saw the
Caution's out for that 4 car.
We saw a big new skid mark there in turn 2 as if the tire went down and sent him straight up into the wall.
That's what I was saying.
He's got a problem. He just hit the wall.
No, there he goes. He's around.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
Sterling just got past him.
All right, let her go.
The brake adjustment, all these little issues, all these little things that you know to do or can do.
You got a flat right rear. 10-4, yeah, it's flat. Just stay with the pack here.
I saw him go up the hill down into turn 1, and I thought he had a problem, but
clear by 4.
see him back here.
Hold on to it, hold on to it. Keep digging now, keep digging. Still inside, still inside.
I don't think he were. See, right here is where he got in trouble. First time, and then this is when he spun the thing down the hill.
Right here.
Oh, I'm telling you, I can't believe he slid down in front of those cars. Nobody hit him.
Saw Sterling Marlin in the 14 all the way down on the apron.
What's that? Caution's out, caution's out. Hold your brake, hold your brake, hold your brake. All right, let her go. Caution's out, caution's out. Let's go back. Keep digging here, keep digging. Yep.
And let's show you why we're under caution. Watch the 38 of David Gilliland.
This is a car owner's nightmare right here. This is what you always worry that doesn't happen, that you don't want to happen.
When he tried to correct it, he just gets right into the left rear of his teammate, Ricky Rudd, that 88 car, hard lick to the inside wall. But he just got very loose as he came up off the exit of turn 4, Gilliland did.
I guarantee you, Gilliland is already apologizing to Robert before they ever start, before they ever hit the wall.
Yeah. Last week's winner, Casey Mears, gets the free pass. So when we restart, we'll have 4
flag. 1 mile to go.
All right, man, just going to make it back no matter what.
There you go.
Killer lap time.
How many laps has he led today, Mike?
215, Daryl.
215.
On a day on which NASCAR loses Bill France Jr., another junior, Martin Truex Jr. is going to win his first Nextel Cup race. Truex wins the Autism Speaks 400.
The 7th different winner in 7 races here at Dover.
Yeah! Whoa! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Holy mackerel. Wow.
How fitting. Holy mackerel.
Caution is out. We apologize for that language. 91 car has come to a stop in turn 11. Robbie Gordon, the race leader, under our first caution of the race. Here was the start of the race, and the first 2 guys did okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Stewart. If we talked about that brake issue, if he didn't have enough heat in the brakes and the tire and slide off. You know, there are some marbles out there, but yeah, I think Tony's got probably one of the best cars in the field, you know, based on what I saw in practice. But he's sitting back at 13th spot right now, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a concern. Here's the deal where you know, there was a bunch of cars going down into turn 11, and I think Matt Kenseth saw an opening and went down there, but Kyle had no clue he was down there. And that caused this wreck, damage to the 17, as well as you can see the left rear of Kyle Petty.
Matt Kenseth has been show up here.
Yeah, watch Casey K9 car goes in way too deep, locked up the right front. You can't turn it. Unfortunately, Bobby Labonte was there, got tagged, and lost about 15 spots. Nemechek goes down there. Looks like he may have got a little wheel hop. That's when you jump on the brakes, the rear wheels start chattering and locking up. He turned it sideways and lost a lot of ground.
Well, always dangerous. Boris said is in 5th. That's Dale Jarrett. He's gone around on the track. Jarrett was running back about the 39th spot.
He went to outbrake the 70 car of Sauter, but that wasn't going to happen. I mean, Johnny didn't give him much room,
Right,
but you know, still Dale was all over that curb, and when you hit a curb like that, you're going to be flying through the air sideways and then backwards.
What, he better get more than 12 out of there. There's the 6 car. David Reagan has gone around. He's got power.
Coming for a while, getting fired up here.
Trying to get back on the track. Caution in Sonoma. You're watching the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series live on TNT.
Tagged. I would say he definitely got tagged.
By the 42, and the 24 was right behind the 42.
Diving in. Inside barely, you're good.
And the 24 gets that position. Report that Reed Sorensen is smoking.
He's got a lot of damage. He hit somebody or something.
Try to get it going if you can. Return left if you have to.
Talking to his spotter. Stay under green.
That's the last car right there.
Ooh. Just lost it coming off that corner, that right-hander down the hill and hit the curb. Looks like he was already loose when he hit the curb, which just made it worse.
And now the caution comes out. So Reed Sorensen,
the Williams team picked him up, put him in their F3000 ride, won the championship, beat out Nick Heidfeld. Of course, the story's going to F1, and now here in Nextel Cup, on the verge of winning his first ever race. His wife Connie looks on. Can the fuel hold out for Montoya?
Less than a lap ago, white flag in the air at Sonoma.
Just keep up as much speed you can through here.
He's got about 4 seconds on Harvick right now, so if he can just drive it smooth and keep the thing running, he's got a good shot. He's done a great job today. I mean, it really has run aggressively, but he raced everybody pretty much clean. Got a half a lap to go.
All good. It's clear by like 30 or 40. All clear. Lots of room.
There's Harvick in second. Montoya told Matt Yoakum earlier this week in the piece we ran earlier today that he didn't think his childhood dream of becoming a professional racer would ever come true. Because you don't get many professional racers coming out of this country of Columbia. Final turn into 11, then the short jog for turn 12. Juan Pablo Montoya coming to the checkered flag. The fuel lives and Montoya wins at Sonoma. That's amazing.
That is amazing. And there's a
great job, everybody.
Right rear wheel just leaves Joe Nemechek's car.
Watch that tire.
Yeah, watch it. This is where it gets scary.
Oh,
right. I mean, if you hit that thing in a car,
or if it goes over that catch fence, a great catch fence. You gotta applaud this facility for having the catch fence as high as they do.
This is Kurt Busch.
That's
Watch
the tire bouncing.
Watch how high this thing goes. Almost climbs over the fence.
So that's Jeff Green that just missed it right there.
And remember, this is just after a pit stop, and we thought maybe the wheel was broken, but the wheel doesn't appear to be broken like the center's broken out of it. It just was left loose, and he was trying to get slowed down. You could see he was already crossed up when it
Leader has it. One more time. Jeff Gordon doing everything he can to try and get to Denny Hamlin. Hamlin's last win 32 races ago, won both Pocono events last season.
This is going to be good in 3.
You're about 1. You can do it.
Gordon right on the bumper.
Oh, Hamlin slipped just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, Gordon looked to the inside, couldn't get there. Hamlin gets loose. They charge to the line. Denny Hamlin wins. 2 tires beat 4.
Hell yeah. Damn. Good job, Mike.
Oh. Kurt Busch in the wall.
And that's in turn 4.
coming to the checker.
Right. He has not crossed the start-finish line yet. Well, lost a lot of positions there. But he wins the burnout contest. So Denny Hamlin gets his first win of 2007.
Drove like a wuss his last two laps trying not to make him.
Trouble on lap 10 for Ryan Newman on the outside looking in on the chase for the Nextel Cup. 19 points back, gets in the gravel, but manages to get out.
Did a great job. He kept pedaling that horse until he could get it out on the track again. Made a mess, but didn't get stuck.
And not so lucky, the rookie, David Reagan, rookie mistake. He's getting in the gravel, and he's not getting out.
He got in there, got bogged down. They had to call the hook to come get him.
And that brought out caution number 1. Now,
Vickers spinning. You see Rudd go by. He comes back right across right in front of Rudd, and there's the Army car.
Yellow's
out.
Regan
Smith.
Looks like Regan Smith got the worst of that, too. Full course yellow. They got this foam inside that door panel, and we see it got ripped open right. You can see it falling out of there. And there it is. That's the door foam. Tim Brewer can show us a little bit more about that door foam down. They have cautions. Casey Mears spun the car around in turn 1.
And
You're clear.
There is no yellow because, remember, on a road course, they can have local yellows. Dale Jarrett.
I think Jeff Green dives in the corner really hard. Casey didn't think he was there, didn't know he was there.
Patrick Carpentier back on pit road, one of the leaders.
How close they were. We got another spin to 66 to Jeff Green is off in turn 1.
Clear.
That's the same. It's like the same situation reversed for Jeff Green. Now he's got Bobby Labonte inside of him. See that wheel hop? He locks those rear wheels up.
So Jeff Green knows what it feels like right now. They just swapped the favor back and forth. You got Casey spun out. Now you got himself spun out. Now getting into turn 1. Your spotter really needs to work with you and say, hey, the guys underneath you got to give them a little room.
We have spinners everywhere. The 07, Clint Boyer, the 12 of Ryan Newman, who brought out the first yellow of the day when he got in the gravel.
This getting down in the turn 1. You see Clint Boyer getting in underneath Ryan Newman. And it looks like Clint got loose and actually slid up into Ryan Newman. They both go around. I don't see.
Third time we've seen cars sandwiching side by side entering turn 1, and just not enough room, and they're both trying to turn right. We end up.
You know, we had a good car, and we had a great engine up to that point, and so it sounds like it's still an exciting race. So, you know, hey, I'm not in it. We've had a good run going.
All right, guys. Well, he has a smile on his face. 4 races remaining in the race for the chase. We have yet to see if Junior will jump up into that coveted top 12 spot.
So no problem. And Tony Stewart right on the back of Denny Hamlin makes a left turn. They both go through the grass.
All 3 of them.
They're all through there. And Stewart never lifts.
Then here comes Edwards. He runs off on the other side.
And they both like running dirt tracks, so maybe that's what they're doing because Stewart's one of the best in the world at dirt track. Let's watch this. Contact in the right rear quarter panel was Edwards and Stewart. Stewart stays in the throttle. And Tony's got much more momentum. Let's watch this. Tony could tell he wasn't going to make it. And now the lever car is slowing. Tony's got the momentum. Puts him on the outside and says, stay in the throttle. Don't lift. Maybe I can race him down into turn 10. Side by side. Now Tony.
And here's the reason, the 45 car of Kyle Petty.
Kyle Petty had been in the garage area for a number of laps, and oh, this is a big engine failure here. See all that fire, probably oil getting down on the headers, coming out of the engine. Oh yeah, you can see the 15 Paul Menard may have gotten in some of that oil.
So we've got green flag waves again here at Watkins Glen. Just 18 laps to go as Jeff Gordon will lead him down here. Denny Hamlin, Juan Pablo Montoya all the way across the racetrack.
Oh, I saw that one coming. Truex gave the 42 Montoya a shot.
Oh, he gets hit by Jeff Burton in the left front.
Yes, that's my fault. So shoulder to defend it.
The 29 car, Kevin Harvick, has heavy damage. Burton has damage. Two of the Richard Childress cars are running in the top 12, are sitting parked in turn 1.
Now Harvick's really mad at Montoya right now. He's parked in front of him. He's not going to let him move. They both got an issue.
Well, Kevin Harvick doesn't know exactly what happened here. He knows he got contact.
Well, he
from
knows
Pablo
exactly what
Montoya.
happened. He didn't pull in front of him just to stop there. That's what happened. He's
well,
mad.
there's some other things that happened here. Because
let's see if they're going to fight. I want to see this.
All right, Montoya is upset. Harvick is not a guy you want to mess with.
Those batteries.
What are you doing? Watch this. Oh, here we go.
He's over there and got in his face. He's out of the car.
Neither one of these guys are happy here.
Harvick saying, no, stop it. Stop it. Montoya's to instigate this thing now.
Montoya keeps pushing him, and Harvick's not a guy you want to push too many times.
Well, to be fair, Harvick is the one that walked over to Montoya.
Jeff Burton, Harvick's teammate, gets out of the car, helmet off, trying to get his teammate away. Tempers flaring here on a restart with 18 laps to go, and 3 of the contenders are out of it.
What neither one of them probably know, the whole thing started when Martin Truex
probably just thinks that Montoya just drove it in there right into the side of him and realized he got tapped from behind.
Things aren't always what they seem.
Yeah, see, Harvick, he didn't even see that one coming, but he has no idea that Juan Pablo didn't do that on purpose. He thinks he got taken out from the backside, and they're both out. See? When Kevin goes back and sees this whole replay, he'll understand exactly what went down on this.
Spin in front of you. Stay low, stay low, stay low. Go in the middle.
Harvick is probably wondering why in the world you would drive it in like that inside of me. To worst, these guys were all in the top 12.
We saw Juan Montoya pull down way to the right side of the racetrack, and he was just trying to protect that inside. That was a hard lick for Jeff Burton.
There's a lot of cars got taken out of that one. We just saw Jamie McMurray come by. He's got damage to his car. He's in the garage.
Contact in turn 1. One car goes around, gets it headed in the right direction, and they all got through somehow.
That corner had to be slick. They slid all around under. Bobby Labonte was the first guy sliding around, but they got all through.
Affected. Caution's out.
Zero by 1. Caution's out.
Let's take a look at this replay. Denny gets through there, gets all sideways and crazy, bounces around through the grass, up over the ripple strips.
His move. The 00 not so lucky, though, stuck in the gravel pit.
P.J. Jones driving for David Rudeman, Michael Waltrip Racing. And here comes help. I'm not sure these guys are going to be able to do. They're going to raise the hood to help him pull him out.
Enter the inner loop, Andy. Gets sideways, gets punted from Kurt Busch.
Yeah, gets a little help for the 2 car.
Well, I tell you, that is not where you want to get stuck, because now he's got to get a record to pull him out. We saw PJ fire the motor. Let's take a look at this replay.
Jeff Gordon's been able to outbrake Tony Stewart into this corner every lap. He just tried just a little too hard right here.
Guys, it appears another classic case of wheel hopping getting at the corner. You see the rear end jump around, wheel hop again. Felt that pressure from
his 3rd win in 2007, and his 4th win here at Watkins Glen. Can he hold off the charging 99 of Carl Edwards, who, by the way, is driving with an injured thumb, a previously dislocated thumb, and a bandage, trying to shift gears and hang on to that steering wheel?
Well, Jerry, he just cleared the most critical part on the racetrack, turn 1. That has ate everybody's lunch today. He's just got to get through this inner loop clean. Let's watch him get through here. Nice, smooth turns, not aggressive. You see Carl Edwards' left front tire in the air. He's driving hard. And Andy, turn 9, coming to 10. It's about got this thing home.
Carl's not giving up, though. He's just trying as hard as he can to get right to the bumper of the 20 car, Tony Stewart.
Carl's got 2 more shots, the entry at 10 and the entry at turn 11 to catch him.
And Carl goes off the racetrack.
Edwards off in the gravel. Here comes Tony Stewart out of turn 11. And congratulations to Team Chevy driver Tony Stewart, winner of the Nextel Cup at Watkins Glen.
Denny Hamlin's teammate comes in second.
And take a look at Jimmy Johnson, brings it home third with Ron Fellow.
Somebody kicked up in this corner right ahead of these guys, and Carl just drove it as hard as he could in there and just couldn't stick.
Hey, it's the last corner, guys. You got to go for it. He thought that maybe he could make something happen, but he sailed it in there, and he was in trouble when he got to the corner, but too fast. But
miles an hour, the 22 car of Dave Blaney. Very unique here, pitting under the green at Bristol, Tennessee.
At Bristol, Tennessee, you're allowed to pit on your prospective pit road. You don't have to go all around. You don't have to enter in turn 2 and drive all the way around. If you're pitted on the front straightaway, you can enter off of turn 4. And now if you're pitting on the back straightaway, you can enter off of turn 2.
And if you are under caution, you have to come in off of turn 2 and come all the way around. The 70 car has slowed, and cars are trying to get around him, and now the caution will fly for the first time tonight.
Okay, Johnny, come on around. Pit when you can. As soon as the pit's open, come on in. We'll change right sides, guys. Get it back through.
Johnny Sauter's car slowing up high on the racetrack has had some contact.
Come on.
We almost had one of the biggest crashes of the day. Casey Kane.
It hit pretty damn hard. Steering wheel's really screwed up.
Take a look at Casey Kane, a big run coming off of turn 2, wide open, doesn't see the 70 slowed down, tucks down to the bottom, barely clears him. I'm telling you what, Andy, we almost had a big one right there.
That was real close. We saw a crash.
Mounting on him. He feels like he's let a couple slip away this year, particularly at Infineon. He feels like he should have gotten a win. So I saw it yesterday when we were talking in his face that it's just draining out of him. The pressure is on him to run up front and to get that win because he's been in the top 5 in the percentage of laps led this season, and he doesn't have much to show for it.
Glenn Boyer 3 times here at Bristol, Tennessee. His best finish came at 8th back in the spring of this year. He was 38th in this race a year ago, and we got a car sideways. Lots of flames from underneath the hood of the 11 car.
Slide down. It's on fire. Hop out.
Looks like that engine finally let go in the 11 car.
You know, if he lost a cylinder,
the fire has gone out.
If he lost a cylinder, Andy, and dropped the valve through the piston, that would cause the fire, I would think. So,
put her to the truck.
We can look at that later on. I think we got an animation that can show that.
The 11 car of Denny Hamlin had been running at the end of the last 53 consecutive races, and that will come to an end tonight as it goes up in just an array of smoke and flames in the 11 car. That he had changed the engine just prior to the race and had to go to the rear of the pack in 40-30. He'd driven it all the way to 5th and then began to slow down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, everybody behind him did a good job holding on to, because that thing was dumping smoke and oil, and whether the track was slick or not, they couldn't see behind him at all getting through the corner, but they all made it through pretty clean.
I guess this answers the question whether it was electrical or not.
No, it wasn't electrical.
I don't believe it was.
Like for you driving what you thought was pretty much a ticking time bomb there. You knew it was going to blow up.
Well, yeah, I mean, we knew it was coming, but wow, I couldn't be prouder for this whole FedEx Freight team. To come from 43rd to 7th on that first run was unbelievable. Our car was magnificent. It was just awesome, and I couldn't be proud of this whole race team. And it's the first time I'm going to have a DNF and walk away with a smile on my face, because these guys are going to have to deal with this team for the rest of the season.
And guys, there's plenty of reason for Denny Hamlin to walk away with that smile on his face. Believe it or not, this is only his 2nd career DNF.
Thanks, Mike. You got to wonder, Andy, if this team is now already locked into the chase where they're doing some R&D. Trouble up across the racetrack. Contact, the 0-1 car is involved. That is Eric Almirola. And, of course, the 84 also there, A.J. Allmendinger.
It's like the wing is still attached to the back of both their cars. Take a look at this replay, see what happened here.
Jimmy Johnson's trying to get by these guys. Gets into the 0-1. Kind of a chain reaction here.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy just gave the 0-1 a shot and lunged them forward.
Jeff Gordon, he is locked in tonight, a race they wanted to win, or they didn't really care about anything else than that. They're trying to turn this car around right now. It is only tight for a fraction of a second in the middle of the corner. Otherwise, very loose. You see him going to the chassis adjustments through the back window. They'll make an air pressure adjustment as well. Crew chief Steve Letard trying to bring this car around for Jeff Gordon.
Fifth car of David Reagan again. The car looping around down between turns 3 and 4.
Must have had some more problems with that transmission jumping out of gear.
From the 55 car on board for Michael Walker. Take a look at what happened up there in the 6 for Reagan.
The car just turned around, looked like for no reason.
Guys, I don't know, just bungee cords. The hooks fell off or something.
The hook fell off the bungee. I tell you, that's not your day when the hook on a bungee cord flies off. I mean, you got Brewer showed us the bungee cord, but that 2 car and 8 car, that can't get away from each other. The battle of the beer cars, it continues here at Bristol.
These were the guys we were watching for that elusive 12th position, and right now the 2 car would be up in 11th. The 40 car of David Stremme, one of those guys that came in and took fresh tires here on lap 398. He just had a little brush with the outside concrete. Caution now being shown, the 6 car of David Reagan. His car loops down in turn 1, so Reagan brings out with the shifter back in 40th spot. Just that quickly, we're under caution once again. The 7 car, Robbie Gordon, had troubles coming off of turn 2 and spun it, and he got it righted, but
17 head us. You're behind the 25. Get in front of that 36.
Rusty called it. He said that the caution flags were going to fly, and here's another one.
Well, Andy, it's you know, it's not that I called. It's that you could look out the window and see them all getting kind of crazy out there. As Robbie Gordon comes across actually in front of Matt Kempthus, and that was kind of his fault. Robbie's was. He just kind of run out of room, but you can tell these guys are running out of time right now. Tensions are getting high, and they want to get the best finishing positions they possibly can.
Yeah, it looked like Robbie Gordon just changed lanes, turned left on Matt Kempthus.
Easy, come on. Good job. Caution's out.
Michael Waltrip, watch him try to snake his way through.
Hold up. Go straight. Keep coming. Go straight. There you go.
Put 4 tires on it, picks them up for about 10 laps like we talked earlier in our broadcast. That's about it on speed, then they level out. But, Jerry, we've been watching the lap timers here, and the top 20 cars almost the same speed.
Very close up front. Here's some contact on the racetrack. 29 and 43 getting together. 43 of Bobby Labonte in 8th spot. The 29 of Harvick. He is the first car at lap down in 21st position.
Kevin Harvick's racing that 10 car to stay on that.
Trouble in turn 1. One car goes up across the wall, slams hard. Jimmy Johnson is into the car.
And we're torn up.
Ricky Rudd.
If you can, get it fired up. Come back around if you can.
There's the Jimmy Johnson car. He was involved. He was behind the accident when the cars went up into the wall. He had nowhere to go. He got hit from the front and the side.
It's not as bad as it looked. It looked like he hit pretty hard. These cars are tough. It's like these new cars are really durable.
And that rear wing on the back of Ricky Rudd's car, that's not on too good. Let's take a look at this replay. Ricky Rudd gets loose going at the corner. We saw that in the Busch race yesterday. A lot of problems with that happening. And nowhere to go. And, you know, that's a hard hit with Jimmy Johnson, but the car doesn't look that tore up in the back of it. These things are, man, they're like Army tanks.
Oh, it got some help. Ricky Rudd got some help from the 1 car, it looks like.
Yeah, that different angle showed that. That's good. Let's watch Jimmy. He got hit in the back from Matt Kenseth.
It's on the left.
All right, from Jeff Burton's onboard camera, let's look ahead.
6 slow on the ball. Stay in front of you. He's up high. Easy. Come on. Great job, boss. Great job.
Different angle.
Yeah, Martin Truex got in the back of Ricky Rudd pretty hard early in the corner.
It's like he just punted him in there.
Juan Pablo Montoya gets damaged. 17 car, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Rudd, a lot of them. A lot of damage in this accident right here.
Here's the impact. Jimmy Johnson in there. The 17 car had nowhere to go. There's Montoya coming down. Gilliland involved. Somehow Jeff Burton able to snake his way through. Caution for the 8th-time Ricky Rudd, making his 58th start at Bristol. His 899th career start. And a piece off of the 24 car, now laying on the racetrack of.
Absolutely, you know, on the Busch race, Jeff Burton went to the top side of Eric McClure, remember, and the right front tire blew out, so anything can happen. Carl's working this thing really easy. We've got 3 laps to go. He can see the checkered flag here shortly if he keeps his fenders clean. He's running up on traffic right now, though.
Green home, just be easy, nice and smooth. Coming to the white flag, buddy. Coming to the white. He's still 15 car lengths back.
That's Bobby Hudson, the spotter for Carl Edwards, up on the roof. Just walking him through these last couple of laps.
Carl Edwards could lock himself into the chase for the Nextel Cup if he hangs on and wins it tonight. It would be his 2nd win in 2007. And Carl Edwards will come down and take the checkered flag out of turn 4 as a winner in Bristol, Tennessee. The 7 car spins around. Robbie Gordon is here on the final lap. There's contact. Casey Kane will finish 2nd. Great run for Clint Boyer in 3rd. Tony Stewart all the way up to 4th position, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. rounds out the top 5. And there's Robbie Gordon, the car that had the contact on the final lap. Let's show you what happened to Robbie here just a moment.
Tire pressures get up, and they understand what this track's going to do now.
This race almost has like an all-star race feel to it where you got a lot of guys. Oh, here we got a crash.
Trouble 66, Jeff Green involved. The 96 we saw Tony Raines slowing momentarily. Contact on the back of Jeff Green's Chevy. That will bring out caution for the first. What happened here? Going into the corner, 96 is Raines, 66 is Green.
As we've talked about aero loose a long time, and that's exactly what happened in the 96. He got alongside of Green in the 66 car, and the car just got loose. He slid up into the 66, lost his downforce.
Looked like Dale Jarrett in the 44 got a little bit of that, too.
Let's watch this one more time. Really in their side. Just got loose before he got to him, and then lost it and went up into.
Now from Jeff Green's camera looking back into the side.
And that's all it takes, just a little bit like that, guys, to lose rear traction like Tony Raines did getting in the corner. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is that it's early and the tires are cool. They're not up to pressure.
Caution number 1 of probably minute.
He's up underneath the 19-car Sadler. You see that air dam up, and that really kills him.
Caution on the racetrack for the 2nd time tonight. 15 car Paul Menard has had his troubles, and he will bring out the yellow flag here on lap 23.
Car looks clean.
Take a look at that accident. He just got in real deep in the middle of turn 3 and 4 and just got the thing loose again. I don't believe that the 49 car behind him or the 21er just went by, got in the back of him. It looked like he's got a clean rear bumper.
Changed the way the car handles.
Scott Riggs in the caution being shown for the 3rd time tonight. Scott Riggs in the 10 car has come into contact with the concrete on the outside
to front end. But let's take a look at this replay right now. What actually happened? Oh man, right front failure coming off the corner, and he was right coming off a turn 4 wide open. He got into it, and that just killed the car. You can see he lost the steering there.
Yeah, his teammate right there looks like he just about got caught up in it.
Rick Monroe and Rodney Weiss, the NASCAR flagman, had a bird's eye view of this impact here for Scott Riggs. Heavy impact. Now just nudges the inside wall with his Dodge. Four-time winner this year. Jimmy Johnson in 2nd spot. And we have caution, trouble on the track. Joe Nemechek has had hard impact with the right side of that 78 car.
It's the 2nd right front tire we've seen down. That's what it looks like happened.
You can see he just absolutely lost the right front tire, went head on in the wall. Joe Nemechek's car These car tomorrows, they are so tough. It's incredible. I mean, the cars look identical, but it's this front of these cars are so strong, folks. Before, you see the whole front end wiped off. Really bad. Now, that's hurt.
Yeah, that's a hard lick right there.
Not as bad as the old car would be, though, Andy. These things are strong.
Nemechek will head to the groove on the inside, and no.
These guys are driving like they have nothing to lose. I guess maybe it's because they don't have anything to lose.
Well, Clint Boyer doesn't have anything to lose. He doesn't have anything to lose because he's locked in the chase for the championship, and all he wants to do is win. So hey, go up there and win, man. Get aggressive, but he got a little aggressive.
That's plenty aggressive. Hang on. And he just lost it in the corner, but he was going for it, trying to get inside. Oh, Denny Hamlin's crew chief. There's the crew down there for Clint Boyer's bunch. They had just taken the cross flags for halfway, and Boyer
again got down in there again. This time he went for it and lost it, got in the corner too deep. That's just flat being too aggressive, but he saw that hole open up and went for it.
All these guys doing a great job to miss him here. See him going high and low.
He's almost there. Trying to get in the corner there. Look at Jeff Gordon right behind him watching this happen. Had the best seat in the house.
Wow, that's great racing right there.
Well, what's really great is he kept it off the wall, didn't tear it up. He's got another shot at it again now. Put 4 new tires and try this again.
Still there.
But he's going to have to come to the back of the pack now.
Clear all around. Dead, dummy.
Jeff Gordon had a good seat for this.
Well, Hamlin did a nice job to save his car, too. He got bumped a second time, and it got a little bit out of shape.
Take a look at his downforce right now. The yellow air is a dirty air, and he went in alongside of him, and the yellow air, which is just can't get to the rear spoiler. When it can't get to the rear spoiler or wing on these cars, you lose the downforce. Great explanation from Draft Track. You know, Andy, it's got to be something like that because there's so many cars smoking.
88 car spins. That is Kenny Wallace subbing for Ricky Rudd. And that will bring out caution number 7 on the night.
It looks like he got away with it with no damage on that car. Got lucky. Nobody hit him. Just sitting sideways in front of the oncoming field off of turn 2.
Oh, Kenny got a little help.
Looks like Kenny got spun by the 40 car at David Stremley. I saw all the tire marks on his left rear tire.
It's always a telltale sign when you see that.
Yeah, Stremley and Kenny are good friends, and so I know that was not on purpose. It just got a little aggressive there.
This might strain the friendship just a bit.
Well, Kenny did a killer job getting that car stopped and not getting in the wall, but look at that driver's side first with all the cars are coming at you.
Under caution, it's time for the leaders to come on and get some fresh Goodyear tires. They're headed down to you, Mike.
And Matt Kenseth just came over the radio dock and said the car 3.
Spin and heavy contact. McMurray's involved. Montoya's involved. Ryan Newman slowing down. David Reagan is there. And now fire on the front of one car. The 2 cars damaged and lots of fire on one Pablo Montoya's car.
He needs to shut that car off and get out of it. He sheared an oil line or a fuel line here.
He's trying to get out. He unhooks the belts and climbs out. Right at the start-finish line. Juan able to wave to the fans who applaud the fact he's able to get out of the car. And they'll all jam up behind him. There's the 12 car with Kenseth right behind him. And now no one can see a thing.
Kevin Harvick makes a good move down through the grass. Doesn't get any damage. He gets through it. Harvick gets right through it. No problem whatsoever. Just watching from the in-car camera.
Well, Harvick dodged a bullet right here.
Jeff Burton on board camera. He sees all the smoke. And where do you go?
Go to the bottom of the racetrack. Go where there's vision. And he had vision down low. You don't go to the top of the racetrack, even though the cars might slide from the top to the bottom because of the banking angle.
From the flag stand, right at these guys. How quickly, a great reaction by Rick Monroe and Rodney Weiss of Flagman. And then fire erupts in the front of this Dodge.
He sheared an oil line or a fuel line, and he tried to take off. As soon as he did, this fire erupted. He just stopped and got out of it. Uh-oh, this could...
41 car, Reed Sorensen has spun around. That will bring out caution for the 9th time tonight.
He center punched the front of the car.
Looks like the front of that air dam has bent up pretty good. It's going to cause the car to really handle ill.
See this fire coming out the tailpipes. These cars spin around. They get a little...
What happened to Reed? Watch him right in the back of the 38, and he got a tap from behind by the 12.
Looked like something happened to the 38 car. Reed had to just back out of the gas, and then just a stack-up fast race car, but he's using a lot of brakes to get back up there. That could cause him a problem right there just because of these overheated brakes.
And the caution flag is waving again here. There's contact, the 40 of Strimmy, the 44 of Dale Jarrett involved. Damage on the 26 of McMurray, the 22 of Dave Blaney.
It's a the big one here at Richmond.
So the 26 car, Jamie McMurray, that is really hurt. That car took a lot of damage along with the 22. But look at the front end of Jamie's car, just absolutely mashed back to the front tires. That is some severe damage. That's probably the worst I've seen all night
in this incident.
It's another one of those chain reaction crashes. Yeah, they just stack up. When somebody has a problem up front, you got all these cars running so fast and so close.
Try to make it 3 wide down through here. Elliott Sadler gets out of the throttle, gives Kenny Wallace a break, and when he does that, it stacks up behind him, and boy, all heck breaks loose. And the 22 into the side of Jamie McMurray, he loses his front end.
Now from Jeff Green's onboard camera.
Check up. Come on, keep coming.
I'm telling you, as a driver, when it's just solid smoke, you can't do anything and you're on the brakes. But it seems like these two fellows, the 29 and the 2, can't get away from each other at all. Much like the 8 car and the 2 car did early on. You can tell they're racing each other.
Caution on the racetrack, the 7 car. Robbie Gordon has had some pretty heavy contact with the wall up in turns 3 and 4. That'll bring out the 11th yellow flag of the night.
This looks very similar to the 10 car of Scott Riggs and the 78 of Joe Nemechek earlier.
And this needs to be a wake-up call to some of the teams really getting the brakes too hot. I mean, you see what's happening here. They're losing right front tires, car after car. I believe we've had 4 cars now tonight have brake-related problems. Another right front blown right into the wall because of hot right front brake rotors.
Goodyear engineers have told our pit reporters during commercial that what's happening, as you said, Rusty, that the brakes are getting so hot it's melting the hill. Last weekend at California, Chad Knaus, right side of your screen, he led that driver and that entire team to the 2006 NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship. Jimmy Johnson trying to pick up win number 6 in 2007. It would be Jimmy Johnson's 29th career win, and he will come down and take the checkered flag as Jimmy Johnson sweeps both races and wins at Richmond.
Yeah, boys, you can have the awesome.
Johnny Sauer gets the top 5.
That was great. Good job. Big crew, way to bounce back, gentlemen. Thank you.
3rd place for David Reagan, a 5th place for Johnny Sauter, like you said, Andy.
Oh, Regan Smith, yeah, he gets into him real hard here.
I mean, he crawled up on top of that tire. I mean, we see him bump occasionally, but Regan Smith's tires were off the ground on that one.
Scott Riggs does a great job not to spin out there with that tire down.
The tough part, everybody's probably hoping a caution would come out right there, but Riggs is going to go down. He has not slowed down a bit. He has been flying through this field right now. Caution flag on the racetrack right now, guys.
4 car of Ward Burton has spun around and come into contact. That will bring out the 2nd caution flag today. Ward, a former winner at this racetrack back in 2002. Burton's car number 4. This happened right in front of the leaders. Watch the left side of your screen.
It's like you just lost it getting in the corner.
And a lot of guys have problems getting into turn 3. He talked about our in-race reporter, Kevin Harvick, saying that turn 3 was a tough corner for him, locking up the rear wheels. That could happen here.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire. We are under yellow for the 4th time today. A 4th caution flag coming out when that guy, Dave Blaney, spun in his Toyota.
And that could be a huge lick or a huge down for this team. They're trying to get this car in the top 35 in the owner's points as we move toward 2008. Here's what happened.
Just looks like A.J. Allmendinger got in the left rear quarter panel of him. Got him up in the wall. And like you said, Jerry, this is a real tough deal right now for this 22 team. They're 36 in the points.
If this had been the old car, this car had a lot.
Kevin Harvick bouncing back from that cut tire, now being shown all the way up in the 4th position.
Kyle Busch is struggling with this car earlier in the going. He's had 4 or 5 pit stops right now and talks on the radio to try to get it fixed. Got this thing up front right now. Alan, what's going on with the 2 car down there?
Rusty, one of the problems they're having right now is the cautions haven't been very long. Just minor spins, no oil, no debris to pick up. So about the time they get caught up, no trouble.
We didn't hit nothing. Nobody hit us yet. Just stop right there. Get it running. Make sure we get her started here.
Bill Elliott involved in the 21 car. We just a moment ago going in the corner.
You see the 41 car just got in the corner real deep and got aero loose. That's what happens. Aerodynamics does have a big effect of these racetracks. And he got loose and got it stopped. Didn't tear anything up. Didn't go a lap down.
Inside corner. Spin in front of you. Go hot. Good job.
Kevin Harvick just barely misses him. I mean, didn't hit him, but very, very close.
How many times in the last few weeks have we seen Kevin Harvick dodge a bullet on the racetrack when cars spin or have trouble and be able to somehow knife it through the opening there? A 21 car of Schrader spinning and coming down across the grass.
Quite a lot. 07. He's back on the march again. He's got such a great race car. Not going to keep him down long.
And the 8 car of Earnhardt Jr. spins it out, and will now
all clear there. Got the 15 in middle 1 and 2 there. Middle 1 and 2 there. He didn't hit anything. 15 coming there. All clear.
Saw those guys racing really hard there in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Throw loose. I can't control it.
Dale Jr.
field and guys were going by. He's just hanging on. Now watch here what happened.
He just lost it right here.
Dale Jr. said the car is just so loose he can't hold on to it. There's no cars around him. He just flat lost it and spun it out. You bet they'll come down and put 4 tires on and try to tighten that thing up, that's for sure.
This spin by Earnhardt Jr.
About 30, 35 laps. So he's going to have to be touch and go here looking for a caution. If he doesn't get one, he'll have to put under green.
22 car of Dave Blaney. He just said if we don't get a caution, and Andy, we just got one. 7th caution flag today. And again, Dave Blaney bringing out a caution for the 2nd time. His Toyota.
He definitely got some help from Regan Smith in the 01. Just tight racing there. I think it looked like the left front wheel locked up on Regan's car.
Dodging a bullet. Here's the 31 car of Jeff Burton.
Keep coming, keep coming. Caution's out, caution's out. Good job.
01 of Regan Smith. How important are those spotters?
And outside.
It's just 2 guys racing.
Come on, all clear, all clear.
2 guys racing, just run out of room there.
Under caution for the 7th time a day. This contact over in the turns as the 22 car of Dave Blaney comes up into contact with the wall. Carl Edwards in the 99 car. Watch the narrow escape for Carl as he just gets by. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC station.
Yeah, Mike Dillon doesn't want him to get in trouble here with this lap traffic on the last lap.
Yeah, do not pass him. That's about the only time you hear a spotter say don't pass somebody. Just stay there. And Clint needs to do that.
Clint Boyer, 28 years of age, realizing a dream. His 64th career start. He is 2 turns away from that first Cup victory.
Let's hope it doesn't swap over right there. They're getting pretty close coming off turn 4.
I'll tell you, Junior's got a good car right now. He's when you can stick to the bottom of the racetrack early in a run like this and stay there, that's what you got to do. Crash
Heavy contact, the 70 car. You talk about how hard you can hit here at Dover. There's a prime example.
Oh, man, you heard him say he got dumped. He got hit in the back, evidently, or something happened there. Hate to see that for Johnny. He's had some good runs going on. I remember that great run he had at Richmond. Man, he was so good there. It was just unreal. And to end like this, tough deal.
They've had some really good races with this car.
Number 70 talked about some contact from behind, and there it is.
Yeah, it looks like the 38 car, David Gillian, might have gotten the back of him. Johnny said he got contact, got hit. That was the car behind him. But, you know, that is such a tight corner. We saw all the problems yesterday in the Busch Series race coming off of turn 4. And we talked to Carl Edwards, our race reporter. He agreed. He said, that's the corner we got to watch.
You see how this track just funnels down to that inside wall. You stand here, you got nowhere to go. You got to hit something, either the outside wall or the inside wall. We see here where Johnny hits the inside wall.
Andy, 9 degrees. Hey, Dave, you got more?
Yeah, first report for Cody. He's not very happy, and we got trouble on the track, guys.
All crash here. Kenny Schrader, a former winner here at Dover, involved in an incident here, bringing out caution for the second time.
Got a cut left rear tire right there. Looks like maybe somebody got into the left rear, cut that tire, spun Kenny out.
Yeah, the left rear quarter.
Really hard to tell right there whether he had any help.
41 car was behind him. We're not saying it was contact, but let's look again. Let's see right there, the 41 of Sorensen was behind him. Good job by Tony Stewart, Paul Menard to miss the 21.
Doesn't take much to get one turned around sideways here. Even just a little contact. Yeah, you see the contact right there from Reed Soul.
Easy. Coming back up. Out of way.
And guys, that's
Needs him again, but here he comes back. He knows if he leads the most laps today, he gets 5 extra bonus points, and in this tight chase, that's important.
Crash here is Kyle Petty, guys, a former winner here in the 45 car. Kyle, who won the very first race on the concrete surface here back in 1995. He spins it around, and that will bring out
Take
yellow.
care of the motor. You're all right. You're okay.
Yellow for the 4th time today here on just that little touch there for Schrader and Kyle Petty.
And that was just absolutely a racing accident right there. Those two are some best of friends. So that one there was absolutely a...
That was
not intended.
That one might have strained the friendship just a little bit.
That could have.
Kenny definitely got into the back of Kyle Petty.
Kyle making his 51st career start here at Dover. One of his best racetracks. There's the contact, as you see.
Keep coming. All clear. Caution's out.
You can see what Jeff... Told you a moment ago, the 31 car of Jeff Burton being shown in 19th position. He is now 1 lap down, having been passed by his former teammate, Matt Kenseth. Now, Jeff Burton and this team, well, trouble on the racetrack as we're getting ready to talk about Burton's issues with the car of tomorrow, and we have an issue here with the 45 car of Kyle Petty.
The 11 just freaking ran all over you.
Definitely looks like Kyle Petty got the worst of this.
There's the contact.
Oh, man. Looks like he just got right into the back of Kyle Petty.
Just got real aggressive behind Kyle Petty. Got right up on his back of his car, lifted him up, got him loose. And just pretty doggone aggressive. Let's go out to onboard from Clint Boyer's car. Yeah, he just hits Kyle coming off the corner.
Looks like Clint got some damage there too, maybe.
And you know, guys, it just looks like, I know there's a lot of tension there.
Pit stops are the order of the day here under caution number. Carl Edwards goes sailing beneath the 17 car. Remember, these are teammates for Roush Fenway Racing, and Edwards retakes the lead.
Something going on with the 17 car, Jamie?
Guys, Matt Kenseth just came over the radio, said we're blowing up. They said, guys, switch your battery. He said we're blowing up, but we have a crash on the track, guys.
Heavy contact with Tony Raines, the 96 car. Brings out the 9th caution flag, and boy, they've just taken part of the rear panel. The 49 of John Andretti also involved.
Just about the time you thought this race was starting to shape up, everything goes crazy again.
These cautions breed caution.
They do, and I don't believe it's over yet, guys. Now everybody's going to get aggressive and try to get some stuff done, but this is good
for Kurt Busch. He's going to get that lap back right now. The 49 with Riemann, there's contact there.
Looks like the 49 car got just a little bit loose.
49 just put him in the wall.
Yeah, and he just got up into the side of the 96 car. All these other guys get caught up in it.
Second time in 2 days, Tony Rings has been somewhat of a victim. He was a victim in the NASCAR Busch race yesterday with contact there and had almost a head-on collision with the wall. Tempers flared. Here's the latest contact in the NASCAR Nextel Cup event today.
Guys, I can't remember a long time that there's only been
7-car Robbie Gordon up across the racetrack. No caution flag. We stay green.
Now the caution comes out.
Yellow will finally come out. They were concerned. Spotters all around the racetrack. Spotters all around the racetrack are in contact with the
turn. Looks like turn 1. Now Robbie just gets loose going at the corner. Just doesn't get touched by the 48. Just loses his arrow loose.
Real close there. Looked like there was almost contact. Real hard to tell.
Well, if there was, it wasn't much.
No.
Robbie just loses it.
Sometimes you think you get hit on those situations, don't you?
Well, you want to say you got hit when you spin a car out.
You need an excuse.
The king of the concrete, and behind him, one of the all-time best at Dover. Mark Martin up on that steering wheel, trying to reel in Edwards. Whoa! Off the wall, the 2-car Busch, and his teammate comes across.
Oh, man, that was 2 for 1. Both Penske cars taken out in that one. A melee.
Jimmy Johnson also gets tagged, the reigning series champion. Jeff Green, the 66 cars in it. J.J. Yaley.
Something broke on the car, man. It shot straight into the fence.
That's Dover's version of the big one right there.
Oh, look at Martin Truex. He had a great shot to have a good top 5 today. Comes to an end.
Jimmy Johnson's got some damage.
Jimmy Johnson, but the car tomorrow is so tough. Andy, it looks like they can fix the 48 car and get it back out there. But these 2 cars, another story.
Having happened here a moment ago. Now watch the 2-car left side of your screen up off the wall.
Looks like
he had a flat tire or something. He had something broke or a flat tire.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the tire was flat, Andy, or if he just got up so high out of the groove and the car wouldn't turn. He got up in it again. I mean, only Kurt would know. But boy, when he hit that wall, bounced across, it just really took out everybody.
66, Jeff Green, Casey Kane. There's the 18 car again from high above. Watch the contact there. Newman goes up down and gets the inside wall. Kane has nowhere to go. Right in front of him is the 2 car. The 5 car of Kyle Busch bouncing off a couple.
It's like Tony Stewart just avoids these guys. I think he got a little bit of contact, maybe some damage.
Jeff Green onboard camera.
Check up. Come on the bottom here. Come on, right where you're at.
And you just can't see with all that smoke. Jeff did the best job he could, but just cleared 3 or 4 of them, and just about the time the smoke cleared, he was into it.
Led Boyer on board.
Come on, everybody get down low. Straight through. Come on, baby. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
And now that's the way to do it right there. He just saw that one coming at him. He stabbed that throttle and sped back up and barely missed him.
Different angle of this crash. Kurt Busch over. There's Newman's car coming across. A ricochet. Truex in it. Casey Kane in it. Jimmy Johnson with contact. Jeff Green, the 10 of Riggs. 41 of Riggs Sorensen. On board with Casey Kane. He's going to have Kurt Busch come right across in front of him. There. Boom!
Hello.
You've raced all day long, you've cleared all the wrecks, and with 14 to go, you're in it. That's a heartbreaker.
Casey Kane trying to thread the needle, had nowhere to go because Kurt Busch's car just abruptly slid right across in front of him, and Casey had cars to his outside. What a mess here with 14 laps to go.
Kurt Busch had to lose a right front tire or something like that because, Andy, he was in the groove. That last replay just showed us that he did not get up in the dirty portion of the racetrack. Just lost the car.
The 20 car of Tony Stewart. Caution.
Look for debris.
Debris coming off a couple of these cars on the racetrack, and that's bringing out the caution once again here now for the 13th time.
Martin Truex got so much right front damage, it's just throwing stuff all over the place off that right front corner.
It looks like that fender rubbed
metal up there, Andy. If you run over that, that's going to blow a tire out. Good call for NASCAR catching that, because that could really be big time when you hit stuff like that in the track. Look like a fender brace or something.
Debris all over the racetrack. Now 9 underneath the 1 car right in front of the leaders as they come by. Less than a mile to go for Carl Edwards. Trying to take over the lead in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Trying to become the first driver to lead the NASCAR Busch and the NASCAR Nextel Cup point standings. 2 turns away from victory at the Monster Mile. And here he comes down. Carl Edwards picks up win number 3 in 2007.
With the 49 car, that is John Andretti, who had such a great qualifying run, but he has had contact with the guys.
Well, right now, boy, this is a big break for Matt Kenseth. Looks like
no indication of nothing. Matter of fact, I was just going to call and say the car hand.
Kenseth's going to get his lap back. He just about won a lap. Stay way back there, Andy, and that really was about to get Matt Kenseth in trouble for being laying back from the pack so bad. Almost got himself lapped because of that.
Early on here at Talladega Super Speedway, we've had 8 lead changes and 6 leaders. You're watching ESPN on ABC.
You see that 11 car coming up on this 55 car. Michael Waltrip's got to find somewhere to take that momentum. Right up next to the wall.
And Michael did a good job just holding the steering wheel, stay in the middle.
Well, trouble on the racetrack. A couple of contact. It involves the
Greg Biffle.
Greg Biffle in the 16 car. Also the 38 of David Gillen has had some contact. Robert Yates racing car, and that will bring out caution for the second time.
Looks like Greg Biffle's got a right front tire down.
Let's get on board here. We'll be all right.
Wow, see a little bit of contact. Looks like Greg Biffle got turned around, but he got straightened up pretty quick.
That's the first time in a while they've been too wide, bumper to bumper, like they've been since the start of the race. But look at this.
Yeah, this is what these guys are talking about when they can't see through each other's cars. They got jammed up right there, and the guys behind probably couldn't see that.
And that they can't, when they throw their hands up and waving them off, the drivers can't see it. Like you said, Andy, that's what caused this problem.
Watch the chain reaction. 38 car into the back of the 16.
You saw that closing rate, and you see these guys when they start closing up on each other, they got to be able to signal each other to tell them, hey, these guys are slowing down in front of me. If you can't see it, they drive straight into it.
They get so compacted, there's not much room. You're talking bumper to bumper, and you need to be running that same speed when you get out of the throttle. If you jump out, everybody's going to check up and cause a big crash. Let's watch it from Kevin Harvick's car. See what it looks like from this angle.
We've got a lot better angle up on top of the roof with this camera than the drivers actually have.
Down low. Stay right there.
We're lucky we didn't have a bigger wreck in that instance than we did.
Pretty heavy damage for David Gilliland, who recorded his best career. Caution as the 1 car erupting an engine.
There's another one of those RCR DEI engines.
Remember Richard Childress Racing and Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
Stay straight. Stay straight.
Those 2 companies have merged, especially under restrictor plate programs, and now we've had 2 failures out of that camp right now.
Mark Truex Jr. did a great job not to spin the car out. He got in the grass right there. Sure, he had a lot of oil and stuff.
8 with engine troubles, and here on lap 113, watch the 1 car left of your screen.
Very similar to what Jeff Burton had. You don't see any fire, but you still see the smoke coming out both sides of the car. Can't see inside the car either. Martin's probably not even able to see it all right here. We're riding with Martin Truex right here.
Clear.
You see all that smoke instantly. Can't see it.
A lot of times, that's what it looks like looking out the front of the windshield, too, guys. You just can't get the vision right.
Of Elliott Sadler trying to push him by. And the 8 car showing smoke, the engine. The engine woes have bitten the 3rd car. Today, it is the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Another DEI Richard Childress engine.
In the middle, still got cars inside and outside there.
Caution is out here. They're just going to have to clean this mess up, make sure there's nothing on the racetrack.
3 of the big Chevrolet teams today with the same engine partnership having problems. This has got to be killing Richard Childress right now.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 3rd of the 7 cars that have the same.
He's sitting here doing nothing for no reason, just didn't make any sense to me. But I liked it when we were battling and racing, and that's why when we got it back, we kept trying to go to the bottom to get to the front.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack, trouble way up high. We now have the big one here with 44 laps to go. The 5-car involved. McMurray is there. Rudeman is involved.
A lot of torque race cars here.
Chase contender Kyle Busch, he's in major damage on the number 5 Chevrolet in his car. Jamie McMurray with the front end knocked out. He's going good. He's winning that still up in the car. He's okay. A lot of damage.
15, Bobby Labonte.
Looks like Bobby Labonte just lost the car up against the wall.
Yeah, Bobby really didn't have anybody around him. It looks like they just maybe a possibility a right front tire went down or the car just got flat out from underneath him and got loose. It just took off.
As much grip as these cars have, as good as they handle, I can't believe that you just have, actually lose the car like that without having some kind of a problem.
Car just abruptly turned left. It came all the way down and got Kyle Busch. That chain reaction then gets Robbie Gordon and then several others.
And Matt Kenseth's got a big piece of that. Got his car tore up, got the right front corner damage on Matt Kenseth's car from this last accident. So we got 2 chase contenders tore up right now because of this latest incident.
Well, Bobby just turned around on it. I don't really get why that happened like that.
Yeah, that was really peculiar.
20 car in, Tony Stewart topping off.
These guys are setting up now for the last run.
Just a product of the restrictor plate race and everybody being bunched up in the back. I guess Bobby lost the tire or something like that. So, nothing of his doing. Just came right across the racetrack. And we were the first one that hit him. And, it's a shame not only for us and the Keller.
And the Wood Brothers JTG car number 21 gets out and waves at the crowd. And here's the reason for caution number 7.
Kenny Schrader, exact same thing. Looks like happened to Bobby Labonte happens to Kenny Schrader. He just gets sideways at about the same spot on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's very peculiar, Andy. I mean, I don't know why these guys are getting so loose going on at the entry of turn 3. They start going up at the turn 3 in the middle, and they lose it.
Makes me wonder if there's some oil up there from maybe one of these other engine failures.
Oil on the racetrack, contact. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. Hard contact for Kyle Petty in the 45 car. Contact with the driver's side of his Dodge to bring out caution number 8 here on lap 162. Here's what happened to Kyle.
So you just come into your picture on the right side of your screen. He loses a left rear tire, goes down on the apron, and the car just shoots straight back up across the racetrack.
Oh, and look at that impact. You saw the soft wall actually move back. And Kyle's got one of the carbon fiber seats, one of the very, very safe seats in NASCAR now, plus the soft wall. And it this really helps that blow that much better.
Watch the impact now as the car up across the track, probably still over 175 miles an hour, sliding backwards.
Right here is where that soft wall really does its job. You see it deflect and take a lot of that force out of this impact.
It looks like that wall moved about 6 or 8 inches at least, Andy, maybe close to a foot. Really helps it.
The car tomorrow 4 inches wider, so you can get the front driver more toward the middle. Now some of the chasers on pit road. Denny Hamlin across the top, and he's got no help now. The 2 Penske cars will hook up and go by Tony Stewart.
This car's big, but it's not big enough to block the whole racetrack.
Clear to the top.
Oh! Contact the 96 car. Tony Raines involved.
And Michael Walterson, after such a good run, pole sitter, involved in an accident also.
Lap 175, there's the damage on the 16 car. Last week's winner, Greg Biffle.
That's too bad for Michael. Man, he had a good car.
He had a great car. Take a look at Biffle. He's
tired, Mike. Yeah, blew it right in front.
Biffle's hanging out in the back.
Just too bad he clipped Elliott Sadler in the process. When that tire went down, he just took off straight right. Poor Tony Raines, too, got caught up in this.
Right. Hold her straight there. Hold her straight. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Elliott Sadler gets involved. So does Greg Biffle, who comes up and gets contact with Elliott Sadler. Caution for the 9th time today. Back. Jimmy Johnson, there's Jeff Gordon in front of Casey Mears, his teammate.
And they got to stay hook bumper to bumper right now. Mike Wallace up in the wall, holds on to it. Skims the right rear quarter panel up in the car. Doesn't lose it.
197 miles an hour. They take the white flag 3 wide. Here comes Tony Tony Stewart up on the high side.
And the white flag is out. It's waving. 3 wide.
Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon trying to hang on the bottom, grabbing help from behind with Blaney in the Toyota. Up high, Tony Stewart gets help from Casey Kane.
That's 4 wide down the back straightaway. Hamlin on the inside. Here comes Gordon on the outside.
Jeff Gordon has moved up in front of Tony Stewart to get the push by. Jeff Gordon, a 5-time Talladega winner. He knows how to get it done. He hung at the back of the pack all day long. He pulls up, and Tony Stewart pushes him by as they come down. Jeff Gordon trying to hang on. 2 wide, 3 wide behind him. Gordon on the bottom of the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson second, and Jeff Gordon takes the win at Talladega. Unbelievable. The car tomorrow.
Great race at the very end.
In the wall. Crew had to do some repair.
A moment ago on pit road. Here's why we're under caution here. The 7 car. New colors for Robbie Gordon. Right front tire issues. He tags the wall. And that brought out yellow for the first time here on lap 44. Back with the restart at Martinsville in just a moment. 70 and the 96 of Tony Raines. These cars were battling for 7th position. Great battle for Raines and Sutter. And watch the right front of this 96 car.
Looks like Tony Raines just had his car pushed just a little bit coming up off that corner. Got the right front corner of his car into the left rear tire of the 70. See, it cuts that tire down. Round he goes.
Andy, it looks like maybe the splitter on the front of the 96 car actually just sliced that tire.
That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like.
So the splitter split the tire. Let's see how that works as we head down to our ESPN Dish Tech Center and Tim Brewer. Trouble in turn 2 when the 38 car, David Gilliland, has spun around. That will bring out the yellow flag for the 3rd time here in the first 80 laps.
See Dale Jarrett down. It looks like he's got a little bit of damage on his car. Kind of stuck on top of that curve, maybe, Andy, where he can't get out of there.
He's on that grassy.
That's just 2 things that happened there. He looks like he just wheel hopped the car, actually locked up the rear brakes and slid up the racetrack.
These guys
slow down.
These guys were racing hard for that lucky dog spot in case this caution comes out, which they brought out. But that's why they're racing so hard. Dale Jarrett looks like he just...
Hey, take a look at Carl Edwards trying to get checked up. Barely misses everybody. Skims that left front corner along the right rear corner of Paul Menard.
Watch Kevin Harvick get through it here.
Heads up. Feed the needle. Go on, go on. Good job there.
What a move by Kevin Harvick to thread the needle. Under caution for the 3rd time today. You're watching ESPN on ABC. Important test for the COT to get set up for mile-and-a-half racetracks, and we have trouble here. Lap 91, the 41 car, Sorensen, David Reagan. 19 of Elliott Sadler. Heavy damage on Eric Almirola's Chevy in the front end.
And he's got damage on the front, damage on the back.
What happened?
Man, they just start stacking up. The 10 car, the 19, both Everham cars. It's like they end up taking each other out. The 01 of Eric Almirola, he got damaged too. He's so used to seeing Mark Martin drive that car. Trying to get used to Eric in that car at the moment.
Easy, easy, easy.
Well, nice effort by Jeff Burton to get through it. Back with more from Martinsville after these messages and a word from our ABC station.
Damage at all. He's just going to drive away from here, and oh, that's going to leave a mark right there.
He's probably thinking, how did that just happen?
He thought he was clean till this happened.
10 car nails the throttle and spins him out, but you know, to Scott Riggs' defense, he didn't see Reed Sorensen coming. No way.
If you think they hit
here, this is a big break.
Fire beneath the hood of the 01, Eric Almirola bailing out in a hurry. Remember,
he's out. He's out.
He was involved in that chain reaction crash earlier in the afternoon down in turns 1 and 2, and now he comes out of the U.S. Army Chevy.
He's got something crazy going on right here. It's just like a fuel fire or maybe an oil fire under the hood. This makes me think it's fuel because it's coming out of the carburetor intake opening there.
It was probably related to the crash he had earlier. See, the front of that car all caved in. It might have jolted.
It could be the oil cooler. It actually could be an oil fire under the hood, and then it makes its way out that opening.
Or jarred something loose, whether it's a fuel.
How badly the car is damaged.
You know, it looks like they can probably fix that pretty easy, Andy, but the splitter's knocked back just a little bit.
Yeah, he got some damage a little bit from the wall, but we'd heard his car was tight. And I don't know, maybe if he was overusing the brakes, trying to get the car to turn, and maybe overheated that bead and made that tire go flat. Jack?
I'd be surprised if NASCAR took any action out of that at all.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack again here for the 7th time. Michael Waltrip in the 55 car, his Toyota looped around. He had trouble in the opening practice session. Very first lap, he had a little contact with the wall. They had to repair this car.
Problem was that number 55 today.
It's like he just loses the car getting in the corner, very similar to the way he did in practice. Looks like he maybe has too much rear brake in the car. His brakes were hot, and what happens is it bulls that brake fluid and makes the pedal go to the floor.
41 Reed Swords in the slow. We were talking about the 26. Whoa! Oh, the 18 car, J.J. Yaley, a lot of smoke. Dale Earnhardt Jr. right in behind him, and the caution will be waved again for the 10th time.
Man, it's like this last restart.
Oh, Johnson's got a little bit of damage here.
That's not going to hurt him, though. He just needs to monitor that, Andy. It's just no damage, just a grill knocked out.
That half didn't get going, and all these guys just start piling into the back of each other.
Edwards gets by on the inside beneath the 17 of Kenseth, but now watch the 99 car up across the track.
Said his brake pedal went soft there. His brakes were hot. He didn't have any brakes when he went in there to hit them. See the 18 kind of file in right there behind Carl. And then right here, it looks like the engine just blows up. That's it coming out of the exhaust pipes.
Oh, look at Dale Jr. Couldn't even see, Andy. Yeah, he got stuck in that smoke and almost got up in the wall. That was a good save by him.
He was probably blinded by this smoke. There's a ton of smoke came out of the pipes of this car.
It's like one of those Days of Thunder movies, Jerry.
Yeah,
you
right
can't see nothing,
two.
you know?
Now from the 1 car of Truex, who was also behind this engine problem.
Tire smoke. Someone blowing up in front of you, blowing up in front of you. Come on through here, come on.
Blinding smoke, but Earnhardt stays out on the wall. Back in a moment, you're watching ESPN. He was being shown in the top 10. Now he'll drop back to 15th. Watch the 6 car. Whoop, got a little help.
It looks like he did. He got some help from Brian Newman right there. I don't know if they had something going on earlier. But it looks like Ryan just got into the back of him.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan did that on purpose. Just got a little hot and spun him out. But, man, you got to hand it to David Reagan for the way he spun that car out. Just kept on going. Threw a little smoke out. Made it look real cool. Didn't hurt lose anything. Jamie?
And Greg Biffle, guys, running top 5 most of the
time. He can make it around the pit road. He's not going to make it. Caution's out.
Now the caution will come out. And oh, boy, what a break for Jimmy Johnson. This caution coming out about 15 or 14 laps before he had to come on pit road to get that fuel.
Well, it just worked out. I mean, you got to say, Chad Canals made a good decision now since he's got this caution. And the key thing here is that it's 158 laps to go to the end of the race. You might even see some of these guys stretch that fuel.
Flag is the 66 car of Jeff Green. Watch it, just would not stop, goes up and pops the wall. Right side damage. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC station.
Fellas, probably going to be looking for a ride next year. You know what? They don't care about the chase contenders.
Here is Strimmy again. He produced the caution flag with a spin at lap 395, and he spins again here on lap 412. 14th caution flag of the afternoon.
So it doesn't catch fire again like that.
99 of Edwards trying to go by. They're rubbing paint as Edwards slips by. Here comes Truex.
Oh, there's a perfect... That's what happens when the curb comes up and 2 guys are trying to go at the same spot. David Strimmy got the worst of that deal. It wasn't David's fault. It was hard racing.
Now watch Harvick. He wasn't real happy with the 66 there a couple of laps ago. Under caution.
That's a love tap. That's a tiny tap.
That's just to say, hey, man.
He could have hit him a lot.
Pushing and shoving, a little rubbing is racing. Watch the 1 and the 25.
Now watch the rear tires in the 25 here, Shirley. He's going to get down in the corner deep and start wheel hopping. Watch this right here. Up, 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 up. See it jumping up and down, guys? And that's what causes him to get loose. Slides up into the 1 car and takes him out. Problem is, Martin probably doesn't know that happened. Probably thinks he just took him out on purpose.
Well, I see Martin Truex was actually doing a little bit of that on his own, too. He kind of came down on the 25. Looks like these guys were arguing over space. Sometimes it's better just to let cooler heads prevail.
Welcome back to the Subway 500. We are under caution for the 16th time today. Caution coming out with the 88 car. Ricky Rudd making his final start in the native state of Virginia. There's the flat tire. on the front car of Rudd. Now watch the contact. A little beating and banging between the 9 car of Kane and the 88 of Rudd.
And just run out of real estate, get down into the turn 1 right there. Looks like 88 got stuck in outside. Whoa, a little payback there. And I don't think anybody want to pay back Ricky Rudd.
That's one guy I wouldn't mess with.
That's right.
Now speaking of a little contact.
Well, Doc, this is the type of situation that, well, we'll get back to that in just a minute. Trouble on the track.
Well, a couple of chasers involved. There's a look right back at the hood of the 99 car. Carl Edwards. They both had just pitted back at all that traffic. Tony Stewart gets it refired.
Those two were all jammed up in 99.
It was Martin Truex Jr. gets into the 45 car. This is quite a few incidents we've seen this one car in today.
He just keeps running out of room. That curb keeps sneaking up on him. He hits a curb and gets up into these guys, spins them out.
Here are the victims. Tony Stewart trying to get stopped so he doesn't just T-bone the side, and right behind him was a 99 of Carl Edwards.
Correct, bottom, just slow down. Stop, just sit there. You got him behind you, you're
Under
good.
caution number 17 today. 34 laps to go.
That way, we need a long road. To do best we can these short runs, you know, we can out of it.
And the trouble on the track, Martin Truex Jr. around.
Well, the one car has had his share of issues and troubles. He's been sort of a cue ball out there, being bounced off
Got a left front flat.
Actually, the left front tire is missing from that one car, and Martin tries to bring it back around. One of our
Looks like he got a little boot from behind him by the 6 car. Looks like Tony and Carl just barely get through this one, too.
They got to be saying, what's wrong with you guys? We can't catch a break. There's the John Andretti. Here's the 6 car of Reagan with the bump under the 1 car of Martin Truex.
Come on.
How about from Carl Edwards' viewpoint?
Stop.
And that's a sick,
Now he's moving. He's on with him.
that's a sick feeling when you can't see anything out there and you're trying to get through that traffic. That is just a tough one. 23 laps to go, and we're having more problems like we've seen the last 4 weeks late in the stage of the race.
Working for Ryan Newman. This sure did change the whole complexion of this race, this restart, because I thought Jeff Gordon had something for Jimmy Johnson, but it sure changed.
5 laps to go.
Jimmy Johnson trying to trouble up behind him, coming out of the corner there in turn 2. Kyle Petty involved.
Caution's out. Watch for debris there, bud. There's 4 cars spun back there.
1 car, Martin Truex involved. There were a couple of cars in front of them that spun around. Bobby Labonte missing the back part of his Dodge. Flapping in the breeze there. Bobby was having... Let's show you what happened here. We just set a record for caution flags, by the way. 20th caution flag of today.
Bobby Labonte around, a cloud of smoke. Nobody can see. Everybody's piling up in the smoke. Folks, when you're running close to 100 miles an hour, you crash like this with no vision, you're going to hit hard.
Like
Tony Raines.
Tony Raines gets in the back of the 43 car, spins him around.
Robbie Gordon trying. Here comes Gordon. Single file as the green flag waves. Look at the 5 car of Kyle Busch is there, and Newman is right on the bumper. Jimmy Johnson pulls him down by 2 car lengths.
White flag this time.
White flag this time. 6 car, bottom of the racetrack. 12 car right on the rear of the 48 car.
And the 6 car sitting sideways in the middle of the track. They're wide open. Now the caution flag's out.
It looks like he's off somebody's left rear tire.
Right out of your screen, David Gilliland.
Whoa, just runs out of room right there. See the 66 car, Jeremy Mayfield, kind of comes down on him. Just really couldn't try to pull himself off the other car. And this is the end of it. I mean, just 3 guys going for really only 1 position available. And they collide.
Pit road will be open, a track that gets very hot and very 87 laps. And Martin Truex Jr., by virtue of a great effort on pit road, has led the last 9 consecutive. Oh, trouble! Joe Nemechek.
Down bottom.
78 car of Joe Nemechek spins around. Will bring out caution for the 3rd time today.
And it looks like Joe's car's okay. He's got a little bit of quarter panel damage on the left rear. It's like he got him a little tap in the left rear quarter panel, and Joe goes around, does a good job not hitting the wall.
Tony Stewart, Nemechek back in 15th position. Let's see, watch it again here. Here's Stewart on the bottom of the racetrack.
Now you can see that Tony just really gunned it right in the center of the corner, trying to pick up some speed. And the 78 car, Joe Nemechek, was just coming down in his normal line across the front of him, and they both got together.
All trouble on the backstretch. The one car spinning is the 8 car. Oh, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Boy, big damage on the right front right there. The splitters broke off underneath there. Right front fender beat in it.
Yeah, he's got some damage with the suspension. The right front wheel's aiming the wrong way. He's hit that wall, that inside wall, pretty hard, looks like.
A lot of times. And let's take a look at this, see where he ends up here. Right front, no damage on the right front quite yet, guys. Nothing happening yet. Oh, the inside wall. Oh, big hit. Right rear quarter panel, right front. And that's pretty well ruined his day for the rest of the day. Just can't fix a car that's damaged that bad to get it back in competition.
Welcome back to the Checker Auto Parts 500. Heavy contact in the back straightaway. Jacques Villeneuve. Bill Davis Racing Toyota. One of the open-wheeled hot shoes, former.
Quick, and there he was. There's Casey Keenan outside. Looks like he didn't see Casey. Pinched Casey in the wall, and Casey got his right rear quarter panel. Ooh, big wreck right there, guys. And what about Kane?
Yeah, Casey got some damage here, too.
Yeah, but look how tough that car is again, Andy. It didn't tear it up like I thought it would.
Leaders on pit road down at 45 miles an hour. Alan Bestwick.
And Kurt Busch pits from fourth position. They're going to
9 car. We told you that he was hanging on a lead lap. Not anymore. Casey Kane, heavy contact with his Dodge in the wall.
Probably had some damage from that contact and maybe lost a tire because of a tire rub. Boy, he's tore this thing up big time now.
Watch Casey Kane. Oh, the car just snapped.
Yeah, he just came off a turn 4 and his flat lost it right there. And Andy, I'm not for sure that had anything to do with the accident.
I don't think it did either. I think he just got sideways and was out of the groove, kind of overcorrected and got in the fence.
Well, he got the outside wall, the inside wall, and his day is over for that thing. The right front, look at the right front tire, and that looks like it's a lot of suspension damage. Way high in the track here. Look at this.
Oh, heavy.
Boy, when that rear end caught and that right front came around, he went head on in that wall.
Caution number 7 on the day, and folks, we're just 148 laps into it here at Phoenix. Back at Phoenix International Raceway, caution coming out on lap 233, and now the critical strategy is about to unfold on pit road. This is the. Let's show you what happened here to bring out the caution flag. 22 car Dave Blaney spins out.
Hello, come on. Good job, buddy.
Now he kept it out of the wall, and he hustled up to be able to try to stay on the lead lap. Watching spin again.
And Jerry, the 22 car, this is one of the fellows really trying desperately to stay in the top 35 in the points or get himself in the top 35. So this is a big setback for this team.
Yeah, he was actually 2 laps down. A white flag for Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson off of turn 2, trying to do what hasn't been done since 1998, trying to win 4 in a row. As Johnson takes it down less than half a lap away from the checkered flag.
Dude, you are incredible. Awesome job today. Good job. Boys, I love you, man. God, you're awesome. You give me something to race every week. Thank you.
Well, at least somebody's excited.
Awesome. Awesome. Great job, Jimmy, Chad. It's an incredible job. Incredible pit stop today, guys. That's what did that. Pit stop, Jimmy. Awesome driver, my friend. Awesome.
That was Rick Hendrick you heard chime.